People of Earth, how are you? My name is Al. Across the table from me is my friend Joe.
Hey now.
Together we got a little something called Kinda Right.
It's little all right.
And tonight, for episode number 39, we have the lovely, the talented, tight-sweatered Scott Jesse.
39? And my mom is 5.
A friend of mine and a fellow musician, a guy that I played a lot of music with, and 39, we were in a band, and we made a EP called 39, but it's because of some folklore about 39 being a number that followed you around.
And it's 13 times 3. So
13 times 3, there was 3 guys in that band.
not necessarily that, it's just
one of
three
those
times unlucky, you know?
3 times unlucky. So, yeah.
And
Scott's-
if you listen to this,
yeah.
would you tell a fucking friend, please, so that we have more than 4 people listening to us?
Yeah, that's fine. Kinda right.
Please tell a fucking friend.
Kinda right at yahoo.com. Kinda right at yahoo.com. And,
Beat a friend.
you can write
Kill a friend.
some more emails. Those are fun. And also tell a friend. And anywhere you can get a fucking podcast, we are there.
Right.
You can listen to us.
What other sites, Al?
Here's the thing. I got to get it back on YouTube because more people fucking watched
That's
it and
why I
listened to it on
mentioned the
YouTube.
other day. I mean, YouTube
You're
is
right.
the hugest. And you'll end up
But
getting
people,
paid from
but
it
that's the
too,
people
you know?
our age who are retarded and can't figure out that all you got to do is go online and just put in a podcast name and a
That could be
podcast
it.
player. People our age are retarded and they refuse. They'll go on YouTube.
I'm 52, and all I watch is YouTube.
Lean forward just a little. You told me you'd lean forward.
I lied.
That's good right there.
Turn up his mic.
He's good.
Hey, we got
I literally, the short attention span thing, you don't watch 3-hour things on there. I mean, you can.
Yeah.
You can find all sorts of crazy stuff, but I listen to podcasts there. You know, I'll just leave.
A lot of
YouTube
people
running in
do.
the
Joe
background
does
while I do
too.
something else,
Joe's
you
a
know?
podcast guy.
well, when I'm working on the computer, I listen to like Joe Rogan.
Right.
He's got a 3-hour podcast.
Right. I do
And
a lot
it's
of
just
Bill Burr.
background
He's a couple
noise.
hours too, you know.
Yes, Bill Burr's Monday
Joe's
morning.
a big Bill Burr fan, so
Oh.
I
Scott.
love Bill Burr. Bill Burr's
Brilliant.
awesome.
The man is brilliant.
Awesome.
He's funny and he can do what we're doing by himself. For what does he do? 2 hours at a clip anyway?
I don't know. He
They're
does it.
usually a little over an hour.
Oh, that's okay.
He does it by himself, which is, and it sounds like he's in a tin can.
Oh, really?
Unfortunately, his
Why?
wife comes on more than I would prefer. I like her; she's cool, but
And
she always has the whole opinion. You know,
and people think Bill Burr's a racist, and he's married to a black woman.
He's the least racist person
they were actually
in
they were-
Hollywood.
But
or
he
whatever.
looks.
He was on.
He's been accused of being a
when
racist,
Opie
and
and
his
Anthony
wife is
stopped being Opie
black.
and Anthony. Then it was Opie and Jim Norton.
right.
Yes.
He was on that, and they were talking about how Chappelle was upset that there was a white guy laughing a little too hard at one of the skits where Chappelle was, ooh, fried chicken, you know.
Well, fuck Chappelle anyway.
Right.
And they're like,
Fuck him.
we think it's you,
Al.
Burr. We think it was you that was laughing. We know who it is. It was his buddy, the writer that had been with him for like 20 years. But everybody on the show is like, it was you, Burr. He goes, I don't think it was me. and like at the time, I don't think anybody knew, because this is like 10 years ago or whatever, that he was dating a black woman he was going to marry.
Right.
So
Now he's-
he's going, well, I got the card right here in my pocket. I could play this, you know.
Right.
I'm officially married to a
didn't,
black
you know.
woman. So Bill Burr is not. Hey, somebody from Panorama City in California. Did you see this? Because I go on this probably more than you do.
Go ahead.
Listen to 31 shows in the last.
Oh,
well,
I don't even look at the fucking
at least
shit anymore.
turned on 31 shows
I don't
in the
even
last 7 days.
I don't even listen to the show anymore. I just drop the music in. I write down when the break is. I drop the music in. I don't even listen anymore. I used to listen to it 9 times before
You
I
don't
published
edit
it.
these or
So-
anything, you just put it out?
Do you
Huh?
know?
I don't. We edit nothing.
Okay.
We edit nothing.
All right.
Do you know
Nothing.
if there's anybody? Do you know anybody from Panorama City, California?
I mean, it's out. Where is it? Did you
I
look it
think
up?
It's like Los Angeles.
No. I don't know anybody from Panorama City.
I think
Maybe
this,
they just like it.
this could be my friend Dan.
Yeah, but what if it's just somebody who was like, wow,
Well, if
I
you're
like
from-
hearing the banter these guys
If
are
you're
doing.
from Panorama City, California, thank you for listening to us. And we'll send you a free T-shirt as soon as we get them, which might be in 2000. 27.
We're certainly not investing in T-shirts in the first 2 years.
No.
You could just draw nipples on like a white Hanes
It,
and put kind of
but
right on the back.
we're gonna stick to it. This is gonna become huge.
We're almost 20. We're 25% into our obligation that we made to each other already. Believe it or not, we're 6 months in.
We are.
Yep.
Get out.
Yep. This expires September 1st, 2019, unless something happens.
No, it's the first show.
Yeah. I got our first show was in August.
No, our first published show.
You're talking about
November,
real show. You want to do the real show
like
thing?
November 21st.
All right.
That's the start date.
All right, so it's 4 months. All right. So we're 3. Well, we're
You
a
can't
sixth of the
talk
way.
about thinking about it. Time. You got to talk about when you first went on
Oh,
the
we
air.
recorded a lot of shit before we gave it a number. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
And
'cause
some of them were classic.
well, that's because you fucked it all up.
Total fucking drunken fucking
Al
tirade.
Well, the
fucked
beauty
up.
is you're like, I want you to be there for number 39. We've done way more than 39 shows, but we're calling this show.
Oh,
Right,
but
this
it's
one's
like-
called number 30.
I don't know, 6 or 7.
Yeah, something like
Before
that.
it, you mean?
Yeah, but something happened.
I also
he didn't have something plugged in.
Yeah, I didn't have the USB
So
plugged
only-
in, so it was recording on the microphone on the laptop.
So
so sounded
his-
like Joe was across the room because he was across the room.
Right.
In a can.
So it was like he came through on the laptop computer.
And I sounded
on the-
great.
You know,
Right.
yeah, he
like
did
as good as this.
on the laptop mic.
Yeah, these are actually pretty
They're
good,
really
you know,
good
they're
mics.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I sound like I'm in the toilet with the door closed, going, "Hey, yeah."
It did sound like he was directly in the bathroom. Yeah, don't worry. You can do that. All of that. Don't worry about that.
I want to stand.
But I know that we're talking and we're chatting, and just usually I throw out a couple things and we talk about.
Well,
you know,
now that
and then the shit'll come back.
Show 39,
Show
which is
39.
wicked important.
Well, and
It is 13 times 3.
it's
Plus,
13
I know a lot about politic, so we should go
politic.
We should go right there.
So you have one view, is what you're saying?
No, it was this broad I dated in high school.
Politic. That's right. Anyway, it's a real slow news cycle, and you know why? It's
Now
a slow
there was a
news
school
cycle?
shooting,
That's not news.
and there
School
was
shootings
a.
aren't news.
All right, so fuck the school kids that
Yeah,
got
fuck
shot. Fuck them.
I don't know about that, but all right.
Where
go.
was it again?
I don't know.
Yeah, see.
Oh, wait a minute. Did you see the?
It wasn't in Plymouth.
Type into that computer.
Go ahead.
Type in Georgia. Ski lift runs backwards.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you see
I saw
that?
it almost live right after
Oh.
it happened.
Wait a minute.
That
Why
was-
do they have ski lifts in Georgia?
No, the country, Georgia.
Georgia.
Oh,
That's
oh,
what
oh,
I
oh.
thought.
Yeah.
Somebody told me, and I'm like, Jesus.
Like
I
my
don't think they,
comrade.
do they have. I didn't think they had.
I'm
Well, it
surprised-
is wintertime in Georgia.
Do you spend
Are
any
they
time
mountains?
browsing the internet or just playing games?
Internet. A lot.
I'm surprised you didn't see it yet. A ski lift started going backwards and really fast, and it just was dumping people.
Really?
all the
And
chairs
the chairs
piled
were
up
starting
and
to
shit.
pile up, and people were slamming into the pile and shit.
I believe
they
somebody
switched the
died.
AC/DC switch, you know?
Something
I'm not
happened.
surprised someone died.
I
It
do
was
see a lot of
pretty
that
violent.
crap, but
Well, and it makes perfect sense because it's in Georgia, the old Soviet Union, Georgia.
right.
So everything's fucked over
Yeah,
there.
but
it's
it-
still called Georgia.
That's still a pretty modern place. They have modern cities.
Yeah,
there
it's
and
wicked
stuff.
modern. The ski lifts go backwards.
Listen,
it's actually
That
scary.
could have never happened in the United States.
When you
ever.
take a look at Google,
probably
Google
right.
Maps and everywhere you zoom in, there's a city with people doing the same crap we're doing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you think we're advanced or whatever, and it's kind of the same everywhere. You know?
especially China.
No, because you got to get into the details.
Like what?
You can go down to street level and look at stuff. It's
I know.
crazy.
But you know what? You can't see the ski lift fucking running backwards anywhere in the United States.
I guarantee you it's happening.
I don't. Let's see.
Listen,
Has a-
we live in a world with
I need a
instant.
phone. Oh no, I don't.
It's instant news now, man. That shit goes up. I literally saw it within a half hour that it happened, and then it was everywhere. It was crazy. I happened to be online when it popped up.
Ski lift.
That shit went fucking viral.
Well, because it's so funny.
But I'm gonna tell you why it's a really slow news cycle. And I said it before. I'm gonna say it again.
I'm gonna say it again.
Because of the greatest president in modern American history.
Trump.
Donald Trump is getting it done. He's taking care of business. That's why it's a slow news cycle,
I am so proud of him,
because he's just getting it done behind the scenes,
and he
making it happen.
sounds like he fucked a dog out of Brittany fucking.
The
what's her
the
name
porn
there?
stuff, Stormy Daniels.
Stormy Daniels. Oh, he just.
I don't know.
Trump
that story,
gave
but
her
I
the
know-
fucking-
I know
That's
one
the-
thing.
He definitely.
Much like every other president we've had in the last 20 years, he's going gray faster than fast.
Yeah,
You know what
I
mean?
think-
like they can't keep that red dye in his hair. You know,
Well, that's the thing. He
I
takes
didn't
care of his
notice
own
that
due.
because he really.
It's growing out anyway.
it's just he's just gone crazy gray. Like you remember watching Bill Clinton go from a young man to an old lady in
Yeah.
4 years. You know,
But I think he has white hair that he managed. He tried
He
to.
does.
He
It's
tried to
definitely dyed.
fucking
Come
bleach
on.
it. No, he tried to bleach it, and it turned that stupid red. You know what I mean?
oh yeah.
No, it's.
No, I think
He
he was a
doesn't have-
redhead when
you-
he was a kid.
He had blonde hair when he was a kid.
Yeah,
Well-
just like his son.
A little.
He had blonde
And he
hair.
had brown hair in his heyday in his 30s and 40s,
Right.
didn't he?
Now he has
Yeah.
blonde hair
Out of a bottle.
and sometimes orange.
And he's
'cause
wicked handsome.
because you know
Cheaper
why?
bottle.
I read this. Because he's too impatient to wait for the shit to like set up.
I get it.
So he takes it out and it somewhat turns orange.
Whether he's president or not, he's an important dude. He's doing stuff, you know? He ain't a layabout.
No, you can't outwork Trump. No one's going to outwork Trump in his 4 hours
His
sleep
whole
a night,
family,
and he
the-
don't drink.
The legacy of his family was straight up like make money, own stuff.
I just love how hated he is.
You know what?
And it's
It is
all
just-
these fucking.
It's the perfect juxtaposition to Obama, who was loved for only the fact that he was genuinely different than anybody else. You know what I mean?
And black.
That was the genuinely different part.
Yes, he's genuinely.
I'm not trying to be racist or anything. I'm just saying, like,
It's not
white
racist.
people voted for him because he was different. Not even if they were doing the whole white guilt crap. You know what I mean? A lot of people
Right.
voted for him because he was something. I'm going to tell you what. I don't care about politics. I don't watch it. I don't listen to it. I never liked that broad.
Right.
But the guy impressed me with what he had to say. I mean,
Oh,
he's a great orator.
He was
you
a
know?
beautiful speaker. Beautiful speaker. And Al says he's the worst president in history. I don't know about that.
Well, we did go through a Bush or two.
Did a fine job.
George
don't know,
Bush.
man.
George Bush the Jr.
Bill Clinton
W.
I liked.
W should be arrested along with Dick Cheney and fucking executed.
Yeah, but the old man being head of the CIA, I mean, how many things has he got in his skeletal Bush closet?
I don't know, but he's already fucked. He's in a wheelchair. He's 90. He's going to be dead
Yeah,
soon.
but he's 90.
The
know?
young Bush should be killed because
No.
he's a fucking war criminal.
Well,
He
put him
started
in the long list of
started
other
that
war
war in
criminals, you know?
Iraq, and we had no reason to be there. There's fucking
No, he didn't
5,000
start it.
dead kids.
They drove planes into those buildings.
Not from Iraq.
Those empty planes with those empty
All right.
drone planes.
Is this
that they
how
drove
bad
in.
he is? He doesn't even know, does he?
No, he's being facetious.
Or is he being an asshole?
being
Because we can have a lot of fun.
Fecal. I'm being fecal.
Nobody from Iraq took any fucking planes anywhere.
We know that.
So there's a lot of dead kids, and there's a lot of live kids missing limbs, and eyeballs, and fucking.
I don't think too many
Brain
people
damage.
survive that shit.
Well, he's talking about
no,
the
they-
war in
well.
Afghanistan.
See, the thing
again,
is,
in
not
Iraq.
not as many people die anymore. They used to just fucking die, but now
Right.
they can drag you off the battlefield. You can be like a torso.
Right.
All your
I'm
balls
gonna
are
save
gone,
you.
and they save
You
you.
are now a throw pillow.
And you're I don't know what you are. You're a fucking fish.
And who wants to live like that?
I don't know, not me, man.
Trump did have a phone call with Vladimir Putin this week. Did you see that one?
To congratulate him on being
That's
reelected.
exactly what he did.
And thank
He
you,
called
my
him up.
election
Well, that's
too,
what you
by
do.
the way, buddy.
And he said, by the way, let's get together and talk about North Korea and Syria and nuclear weapons and all that stuff. What do you say? And
Yeah,
it sounds
let's
like
do
they well, no, it sounds like they're getting ready to get ready. They made a date to make a date. for a little.
He
Neither one
also
of them
for a
gives
little
flying
summit.
Fuck.
he said we
No,
got.
no, they like each other.
He
No, but
said
they don't give a fuck about all the topics you just mentioned. It's just
Well, North Korea and Syria need to be addressed.
by who? Us?
Yeah,
All we do is fuck everything up every time we put our finger in it.
that's not,
not
true.
not with Trump in charge, son.
We fucked most of the stuff
Whatever
up.
Trump.
I don't know.
If it's
we
on
yet to
Trump's
see
list.
it yet. We're battle free with him so far.
Well, the deal with the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Trump said today. I heard him talk on the radio. Porn star, playmate, and reality star all in legal action over Trump.
Yeah, they haven't shown any pictures of her yet, though.
Yeah.
Is this a broad he bagged?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like while married, that type of shit?
Yeah.
Oh, he was married to Melania, and she's a looker. So, Trump
Yeah.
said today, we are, no matter what kind of arms race we're in, we're going to be number one. And there might be a little too much of that. And he said it today,
Yeah.
meaning he's not, there's so too many assholes out there. Oh, he's fucking Vladimir Putin's butt boy. Yeah.
Right.
They're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
They're
yeah,
idiots.
they have no clue.
It's not Vladimir.
Twice, but I hit the big button. Does that count?
That's good.
It's kind of like getting the bigger coffee out of a.
I built this fucking room. My daughter moved in. She had a friend over. Somebody took a massive shit. And
Was your friend a 6-year-old boy?
I don't think so.
They're toilet clogging
No, I mean, this
motherfuckers,
was,
I can promise you.
this is after college. This was a college friend. And shit was in the shower.
He was from Brazil.
No, it was a she.
Oh, shit.
It was a she shit.
A 20-year-old fucking shit.
So,
Probably
flushed twice.
probably
has
held it
been
in
up
for a
there
couple
for
days.
A solid, well, she graduated in 2011. So, like 2012 forward.
I love it.
Because
I hate to say it, but
I had to clean it up.
it's a great name for a podcast. Flush twice.
Actually,
That's not a bad name.
We can always change.
Can always change it to flush twice. No. That whole kind of right
instead
thing.
of being
it's-
Mad Randy, we
How
could
about
be
just
Flush
the name
Twice.
Every
of the
time
podcast
someone
is
clipped-
Courtesy Flush.
already, if you fucking Google "kinda right" podcast, we come right up first.
Well, who else is going to come up?
Well, exactly.
There is no other kind
That's why
of
we're not
podcast.
changing the name. Put too much work into it.
How did you come up with it? Just because we're
wanted
talking
to call
shit,
it-
we're kind of right.
He wanted to call it sort of. He wanted to come up with a name. We'd
Sorta
been
right.
Well, we were batting around a name. This is what wasn't what I wanted to call it, but I said, well, we're going to talk about current events and we're going to give our opinion. So why don't we? I said, like, somewhat right, sort of right, as in somewhat correct.
We have a vague clue.
yeah.
Somewhere in
we
that
had-
idea.
or we got no fucking idea, which is usually what the
Right.
case is. And he came up. He said, "Well, how about kind of right?" And I said, "Well, that sounds pretty good."
Yeah, kind is good because it's kind of where we're from too. It speaks
kinda
to
works.
Kind of the way we talk was like
We do a
Bostonians,
lot of like,
you know?
you're kind of an asshole, and
You're a wicked kind of asshole.
you're a wicked kind of asshole,
Thank God we didn't call it wicked right.
and you're kind of
a
fucking douchebag.
well,
It's the word.
you're 11 and a half years late for wicked. I think that went out.
I don't know. Everyone still says wicked.
I say wicked.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't.
I do it on purpose though too.
And it's kind of.
I think I do it when I'm very excited. Like, oh my God, they were wicked. Like, what am I, 11?
It's kind of stereotypical around the country. If people want to make fun of New Englanders, they say wicked this and wicked that.
Oh, I know.
You know
and
what I mean?
Khaki and khakis, they love to make the correction. Did you leave your khakis in your khakis? And it's like, because I chat with a lot of kids all over the world, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they're like, you're from New Jersey, New York, Boston. But there's only 3. Those are the 3.
Right.
New York, New Jersey, and Boston.
Now, what do you
And
mean you chat with kids all over the world?
I'm just playing games online.
He's
Oh,
a gamer.
I need-
Scott's a gamer.
I thought you're not meeting up with these
No.
kids, are
No,
you?
no.
But he's one of these lunatics with a fucking really expensive machine. You know what I mean? Joe's been in the computers for his whole, since they've been around.
Oh, like a big gaming machine?
Yeah, he's got a
And
legit.
the one I have now
like a
is-
legit gaming
I know
machine.
nothing about that.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah, and quite honestly, I don't know anybody on PC. It's all like PlayStation and stuff, But I mean, like, I play with my kids, and then I meet their friends, and then it's unfortunately 99% of the people.
So how does that work? The PlayStation is just hooked into the internet, like,
Yeah, either through Wi-Fi or you can Ethernet.
and that's it. You can communicate through the.
You have a.
I know
controller
nothing
and it
about
plugs
it.
There's a little hole for an 1/8 inch.
Yeah.
And I use Skull Candy. They're like $10 headsets. I cut the other ear
But
off.
how
that
does it
doesn't have
read the
mic.
internet? Does it have a browser and everything? or-
Yeah. It's slow.
Yeah.
You can't use it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can.
Right.
If you're dying to like.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have a PC for a couple of years, so that was my browser.
Yeah.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean, nightmare. PS3 was the real nightmare. PS4 was better. But anyway, we're not talking about gaming, right?
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you a couple more questions.
Okay.
I mean,
I ended up with a decent machine. And, like every computer, they're dinosaurs 6 months later.
yeah.
So I have a 2-year-old machine, and it's killing it, but it's around the corner of being a piece of shit.
Yeah. But you do most of your gaming and your engaging with these other people around the world on the PlayStation, as you say.
Engaging on PlayStation, most of my gaming on the PC.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because there's only so many games on PS4 that are worthy of
So the shit on PC,
like Grand
are
Theft
you,
Auto, stuff like that. You know what
on
I
the PC, you're not engaging with other people?
Never. I've
Oh,
never.
never.
I've-
Oh, really?
I literally have like 2 friends through Steam, and Steam's like the biggest conglomerate of where you download your games.
So
and chat
what
with
are you
friends.
doing by yourself? Are they shoot 'em ups? Are they
Single player games. That's all.
are they mostly like first person shooters, or are they like quest games? I mean,
both?
yeah,
Both,
or a little
you
of
know what I mean?
both. Or
The most recent that's actually still ongoing is Assassin's Creed Origins, and it's amazing.
are most of these games the same when it boils down to it, though? Really?
No.
No.
Why
Like
would I
they-
keep playing them?
I'm
You know what I mean?
asking you.
Yeah, they can't.
I mean, Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassin's Creed started in like the Middle East in like 1300 or something like that. The first game, and it was a little confusing. Nobody knew where it was going, but the cinematics and the action of the game was amazing. So now they've made this conglomerate out of it. There's 14 different games or something. I don't know, 8 or 10. But the newest one, you're in like 1300 Egypt or something or whatever it is, or negative BC, and it's really amazing. Like it's like strolling through ancient Egypt to the point of they took the game and added like a museum tour
Yeah.
where you could be anybody in the game you wanted and walk through and go, this is what the Pharaoh Tower looked like, and it was like the most famous lighthouse ever. You know what I mean? It's just like legit shit. So
Do any of these games?
So it's really cool, huh?
it's amazing, and the graphics, like you feel like you're there.
do these games update at all, or do they end? Do they continuously update, or they end?
Unfortunately, the updating part is where gamers are screwed, because now it's all DLCs, which is downloadable content.
Okay.
So you buy a game that they know they have finished, and then they cut a chunk out, and they want to charge you for that later. You
Yeah.
literally need it in the game. You know,
Now
they,
is that
they didn't-
download? That's downloadable. The chunk that you don't have.
for money. You know what I mean?
Right.
They
So
didn't
you
do
get-
that 20 years ago.
Do you
When
get,
bought
you
a
get to
game-
a certain point, and then you have to buy this extra
Not
chunk.
necessarily. You can be satisfied with your ending, but like the specific.
How
game I
big
was
are these
talking about.
files that you download for something like that? Do you know any idea?
Most
It's
games
gotta be
are in the
fucking
neighborhood
huge,
of
right?
30 to 50 gigs right now.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah,
And your
that's a
update-
big
your
file.
updates could be anywhere between 2 and 15.
Can you imagine the machine?
Because
that
your
you need-
average
you just-
average movie's like 250.
10 years ago, you couldn't have run that
No.
at home.
No,
just
not
couldn't
at
have done
all.
it.
It's like
I mean, I
250
remember putting in
megabytes is
different
a
floppy
movie.
disks to get to the next part of my Riven game. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
On my
maybe-
first computer when Caleb was.
Yeah, you've been in it a
you
long
know?
time. You've been with it the whole way. Now, did you ever have a Apple machine?
No, never the Commodore, none of the Apple. My first system, I think, was a Windows.
98 or
95
5?
or
95,
98,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, Stormy Daniels has real tits, you know.
No, she doesn't. They're big and fake. And
I
I
have to come over to your screen.
By the way, she's great. Look her up on. What's your go-to?
I don't know. They look pretty real to me.
Scott, what's your go-to? Tube Galore or you porn?
I don't use either. I don't
What?
like video.
Oh, you still don't like video? You just like pictures?
I don't like video.
That's
I just-
crazy.
I just don't.
With the availability of it, I'm not that into.
I mean,
I
not
went
even
through my
joking,
porn
If I
thing.
watch video, the volume's off.
Honestly,
I don't want to hear him. I don't want to hear
You
her.
and I were tight when I went through my heaviest porn thing.
Yeah.
I literally look at porn maybe 3 times a year now.
Really?
I don't look at where I used to fucking
Right,
look at it
right,
a lot.
Right.
I
No,
don't
it's
ever
true for
look
me.
at it.
I haven't looked at
When I
porn.
do, it's fun though. I do like it.
I'm pretty sure right
Because
when I wake up, I'm like, I should
I just
probably
said
look
I
at
got to look
porn.
up Stormy Daniels. So I looked up Stormy Daniels
Yeah.
nude, and here she is.
Those are real tits.
No, they're not.
Those are
I'm
definitely
sorry,
real
they're
tits.
flopping like either there's the.
They're the perfect,
Yeah.
most perfect fake breasts ever.
No way.
They're too big to be real.
Look at them.
They're perfect,
Come
right?
here and look at this.
I've seen them. They're perfect. She has perfect tits.
no.
She actually has a perfect body. She's got a nice
There
face.
they are.
Hips, a little
No,
meat to her. She's not some skinny.
There's no
cunt.
way there's
real.
there's no way there's a
All right,
big
that's fine.
bag in there.
But the rest of her looks good too, right? That's a woman with a little meat on her bones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? None of this fucking.
How can you
weird
blame
shit.
Trump for fucking her?
I don't like her at all.
You lying
I don't like
motherfucker.
her at all. I hate the platinum blonde thing. It's just not. It's
You
not
like
a thing.
that demure fucking.
I like
How
skinny
demure-
little Irish women.
When did that change?
With bad teeth?
What do you mean with
There's no such thing as skinny little Irish women.
Well, whatever.
Real Irish girls are thick and soft, man, and curvy.
I like minutes.
No, that's not true. When they're young, they're thin.
I'm talking about women. I'm talking about women, Irish women, not Irish girls.
no, they don't have
Well,
to be.
what time?
like-
What age
minuscule.
is somebody a woman? 25?
Oh, 18.
Yeah, women.
Yeah.
Depends
You ever
on the
looked at
country you're in.
You ever looked at yourself when you were 18
Yeah, it was beautiful.
and then seen yourself now?
I'm still beautiful.
That happens to women too, you know.
I don't know, man.
They have the fraction.
I know what you're
also.
saying, though.
Everybody gets thick.
It's probably 50-50 right now. Like all the girls my age, like half of them have hit the fucking wall, and half of them they look great.
Half of them
You know what I
went
mean?
over the fucking wall.
Yeah, a lot of them. Yeah, man.
Amazingly, some of them turned into really pretty old women.
Yeah. No, a lot of them look great.
Well, that's the fine wine.
And you ever
It's beautiful.
Beer.
have you
No, I got beer.
have either of you recently?
Hey, can you give me a ice
Oh,
cold one?
I'm sorry.
All right. Have either of you bumped into someone that you grew up with and went to high school with, and you didn't recognize them at first because they look so fucking old? That happens to me a lot, man.
No, because I don't remember anybody,
See, I remember everybody.
and I don't go anywhere.
I'm gonna say yes, but I can't think of who it was, and it was definitely a girl.
who it was. Oh, it was a girl?
Yeah.
And that happens with me and a lot of the guys that I grew up with, man. I see
Yeah,
them and I go,
I met a couple of
"Oh
friends.
my
but
God,
I kinda
that's
saw
him."
them in the
A lot of
interim.
them still look the
Facebook's
same,
ruins
but-
it. Everybody like updates this shit, you know. And you know me, I look at it twice a year.
I can't
but it's
believe-
enough to see what these idiots look like.
I
I
can't
deleted
believe that-
all my Facebook.
I can't
I
believe
hate it. I literally used to go on Facebook to see who I hated the most. Hate you. Hate you. I hate you. Oh, you're doing
Well,
better than me. I hate you. Oh, you
I
got a
went
new
on-
car. Hate you.
I did some Facebook.
It's true though. It's straight up
funny. No,
jealous
it's funny.
bullshit.
But if you
though.
want to find people, it's a good thing.
You know what? I did find a couple of really old friends and a lady who was
You use
kind
it
of like my second
voyeuristically a
mom.
little bit, too.
So
For what?
You use it a little voyeuristically, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because they don't know I'm looking.
Yeah,
But I
you
guess
don't
there is
post
a way
shit.
to tell who's looked at your shit.
I don't think there is.
But
when I turned
no, there is.
50,
There's a
Is
program
there?
you can.
I went on
no
a
shit.
Facebook tear. Like I had fucked around and like made up fake names and shit, but I actually got it. You know,
Are you Tiffany Jurassic Park?
I am. I am. It's the one with the asshole with the big fucking stick going in and out. That's me.
With the Velociraptors
I went to
running through
find.
it.
I went to find like old college friends and shit like that because I don't know. My kid's gone, and I'm like, you know, I'll probably die if I don't look these people up, and I'll never see what happened to them.
Right.
So I found a bunch of people and found everybody I wanted to and said hi. And then I'm looking at the whole Facebook thing, and it's like, you know, this shit's, you know,
That's just crazy.
I just cut my toenails. And it's
I
like,
woke
you know
up
what?
and my eyes were crunched together. Good
Yeah.
morning, sleepy guy. It's like, shut up. It's raining out. Gotta grab the umbrella. You know?
I woke up and someone came all over my face.
when my
So I deleted the whole thing.
when my first son was born.
Gone.
I went through this whole telephone thing because there was no internet. You know what I mean? I literally there was.
See, close
almost
enough to
zero
the
internet.
mic.
I got it. He's
And and I was trying to hunt this guy down. He had moved to the Midwest, and I had an idea when, where, and I hadn't talked to him forever, and I was so proud. I was like, I'm married, I got a kid, I want to talk to this guy, and I finally got in touch with him, and we had the greatest conversation for like a half an hour. All right, I gotta go. And then another, 5, 6, 10 years go by, and Facebook is available. And I'm like, man, I've been thinking about this guy ever since. So I sent him this paragraph. Dude, where you been? I missed your friendship. I mean, we were tight, inseparable when we were kids,
Right.
And I get, hey, H-E-Y was my response. Like, I just poured my heart out to you, you cocksucker. You know what I mean?
Did you get the right guy?
Yeah, no, it was him, and it's pictures of him and his wife and all this shit. And I'm like, fuck you. It's just plain old fuck you,
But
What the fuck is that shit,
there was nothing beyond hey.
And people suck. That's what I've been telling my kids that their whole life, and I think they hate people. So, shit.
Don't fuck up the table, goddammit.
Here you go.
We got it.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
good.
no. Look, I just found another crack.
He's good. Oh, it's all right. Fill it with beer.
Hold on, let me get the bottom of that.
That's what I'm doing.
You used to say fill it with latex, Al.
I fucking
Hold
I
that up
spilled
again.
I spilled an entire whiskey and coke into this board. That's why the lights stay
You
on.
can't invite a Portuguese to the party and expect him to not talk with his hands.
Hey, no racist shit.
Just back.
We don't want the Portuguese crowd showing up
Yeah,
and
but wait a
killing
minute.
us.
yeah, but he's the king of all Portuguese.
Yeah, see, I
the
get
Portuguese prince. My dad's always called him the Portuguese prince.
That's allowed.
He
Wrote a
knows.
story.
He's
Can I
that's
have one of
another.
those folded up?
That's another thing. This is fun because Gene and Keith were here before.
It's fun because I don't.
They
have
were
to
here
talk
together.
much.
Oh, really?
And Gene's verbose. You
And Keith says
you're just as
nothing.
but what he says is pretty poignant. But the point is what we've had in for guests: Evan separately, Kat separately,
Oh,
Gene
yeah.
and Keith,
Together.
Joe's wife, and
Yeah.
now you. But the interesting thing is I've known the two of you guys. I mean, I've known Joe longer, but you guys are probably my longest friends.
Right.
And I know you guys like each other and get along, and you probably would recognize each other if you bumped into each other, right?
I would think so.
Yeah, you would hope so.
I'm thinking I'm crossing the street.
Yeah, so, but it's
I
just,
could be, too.
it's cool to
I
have.
don't know. Free guitars. I'm just
You remember
saying.
how Luke last week was like, "Oh, we'll never have everyone in the
Right,
same
right,
room."
right.
I'm not saying that, but that's the kind of meeting that this is for me because we don't all get to hang out together that much.
Right,
You've been
right,
over
right.
and we've had fun together,
Right,
and
right.
Joe's,
Yes, true.
Joe used to go out. And,
I've hung out with you guys way more times than you remember, though. You know what I mean? And I had this 2 or 3 times, but even back at your father's house and stuff.
Well, that's the other thing I was going to say. You guys both have genuine affection for my folks. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Absolutely.
even though your experiences with them have been separate, I mean, I don't know how many. My house in Carver, you two definitely were at. I'm not talking just here.
I'm pretty sure both you and your father were at a couple occasions at your father's
yeah.
house.
Oh, fuck
you know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going back 30 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Joe didn't start showing up to that shit until the last 20 years or so. He wasn't
Like I
around.
said, I'm going back 20 years.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I was older. I was.
Yeah.
I was 4 years.
Well, I
Years
definitely met
older.
your
where
father when
where
I was young. Because
where
was
it
your
mattered.
I
father's
met
best
his
friend.
dad at my dad's
Right.
house. Definitely.
Right.
No doubt
Right,
about
right.
it. Yeah. But I don't think you met Joe till he lived here, unless we all got together over by Morton Park. Did you ever go to his house at Morton Park?
I don't think so.
Yeah, all right. So it's been strictly here, which is, 18 years already or 15 years, something.
we just figured it'll be 17 years in September.
Wow.
September 2001. And you know what's fucked up? I got everything divided. Everything that's old is pre 2000.
Okay.
That kind of makes sense.
And
though.
everything new is, and it really is because my wife, I basically left my house my first wife, I left my house in January, who's a wonderful woman, by the way, and the mother of my beautiful daughter. I left in January of 2000, so that's how I started the millennium. But
Nice fresh
shit from 2000 isn't fucking new. Like, I got a 2001 Subaru out back, and believe me, there's some
I
fucking
kind of had
rust.
a fresh beginning right around 2000, and that's old news now. It seems like 100 years ago.
Oh,
you know
fuck
what I
yeah.
mean?
It's old news. It's wicked old news.
But it ain't that
depressingly old
ago.
news.
It is old.
I was
The
thinking of a
point
couple
is,
of
it
things,
is. It's
and I'm
eight-
like, man, that was 35
I
years. I was
remember-
thinking about when I met you.
No,
I
but
was
it's
19 or
18.
20.
It's
I'm like,
18
that was
fucking
30
years
years
ago.
But
you know?
even then,
No,
we
but
were.
it's 18 years
Yeah, but
ago.
by the way, we
a long
weren't
time.
kids then either. I remember thinking my whole time growing up, how old am I going to be at the turn of the century? And I always figured out I'm going to be 32 years old.
Let's
You know
put
what I
it
mean?
this way.
And then I got
never did that
it
once.
became
That's funny.
no, I did it all the time. And I'm like, and it came, and I was like, fuck, man, I'm 32. Fuck. And
No.
now we're looking at it, and it's like,
Not
that's
one of
fucking
us.
18 years ago.
I
How
would so love to go back to 32.
how fast
you know?
did the last 18 years go by?
Right.
I know.
And not one of us can stand here and say,
And because you're not really
in
living your
25
own life
years,
anymore
here's
either,
where
though.
I'm going to be.
No, no,
Right.
no.
You know what? Because there's a good chance in 25 years, I'm going to be fucking dead.
No, I'm gonna good chance. I'll at the very least gonna bleed out on the
Visit me
toilet
next
before then.
January at
54.
my gravesite. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, this shit ain't long lived.
My wife just turned 55.
She's the world's hottest 55-year-old, by the way.
is. She's
She's fucking
wonderful.
hot.
Can you look her up?
Absolutely. Only on Pornhub, though.
Wow. She's a lot of fun.
She's loyal.
She like you never partied with her over there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun, man.
I love her. She's awesome.
And when she
But-
gets drunk, she fucking flashes and starts stripping and
I
shit.
wasn't there that long.
She does. She does a
I
lot
already
of-
gave up a free guitar. Now I'm giving up the
No.
TV shows too.
Wow. The night
She
that she was
talks-
here?
She talks in like several octaves.
Yeah.
Like
You know,
Jesse.
I went to that.
Yeah.
And
Fucking
I'm like,
one
how
eye goes
drunk are
this
you?
way, the other eye goes that way. It's
But she's a.
awesome.
Where does
she's-
the octave thing come from?
I don't know. She gets
The
drunk
eyes
and then
I
the,
get, you know.
the voice goes.
The
and
voice.
then I would.
Yeah.
Maybe
And I'm
she's
like,
going
you're
through
shit
puberty.
faced.
You even got the head shake down because that's what she does. It's pretty funny.
She's.
It's a good
Unfortunately,
imitation.
you guys can't see it, but I'm assuming it was dead on.
She's wonderful. She's the best person
Oh, that's brilliant.
for me
Yeah,
that I could have ever imagined. Like I couldn't.
Fathom that you met somebody who can deal with you.
I
You know what I
know.
mean?
and she knew the
it's
deal.
amazing, you know?
He was never he
We
never
were
hid
together
anything
for 7 years.
before you got married.
Right. And I threw the whole marriage thing out there, and I'm like, look it. You know all of my fucking faults
It's cold.
and
Sailor Jerry.
don't marry me if you think that I'm going to be a different person in 10 years.
The sheer fact that people think they can change people is beyond belief.
What is that?
It's
Sailor Jerry spiced
a
rum.
little vanilla in the cask.
It's kind of like Cap Morgan, only
Very
really
powerful.
better. It's more butterier.
Oh, that's not terrible.
No, it's good.
When it's
So-
warm, it's terrible.
You don't want to drink
We're
a bottle
still
of
together.
it. Yeah.
Our 11th wedding anniversary. Can you believe it's been 11 years since that Key West
Only
wedding?
because you're telling me. If I had to guess, I would have said 7 or something.
Yesterday.
Did you go to the Key West wedding?
I was lucky enough to be able to go. Yeah, I actually flew down.
One of the places I want to see prior to my expiration date, you know?
Yeah, Joe got Key Wested out. He used to go there a lot. That's why they got married there. That's probably the last time he was there.
Does he still own the place?
No, they were in Marathon.
Marathon, yeah,
I
about
went
an
to
hour
Key
up the
West
road.
before they ever moved to Marathon.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, Scott. You'd love it. I'm not.
I know it.
I know people. Joe's tired of it, but you know what? It's fascinating. I'd like to go back.
Street people, you know what I mean?
If I fall off the face of the earth,
There's a lot of
maybe
fun
I
there.
shouldn't say this on the record, but if I fall off the face of the earth,
Find me in Key
find
West.
me in Key West, dude, because I know that I can make it.
There's a lot of people that it's a good place to drop out.
Yep.
When you just say, I've had enough of the. You don't want to go there if you wanted.
Do like a little
'Cause
one
they
man
go
band
looking.
thing.
But if you want to just.
What if you only slightly wanted? Like, what if you desired?
Well, say you're running
That
from
should be a
a.
cop thing. Well, We have a desired man.
if it's murder or
You know, if you happen to bump into
Armed
him, pick him
robbery.
up, you know, don't go out of your
probably
way,
don't
sir.
want to go to Key West. If you're just running from a woman, not a bad place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be running from a woman after you're there for a while too. So.
No, a woman, maybe like
I want to own a crab shack down there.
The
and just drink
IRS.
margaritas all day, with my toes in the sand.
I used to think
Marijuana bales floating.
but I think
onto
you'd
the
kill yourself
friggin'
after a
shore.
while. I know I would. After a while, you're like, that's enough fucking Jimmy Buffett. I got to get the fuck
No,
out.
no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
zero
yeah.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Buffett.
Buffet.
I need some snow.
We hold a gun
I
to
wanna-
your
No,
head.
no
Do you
snow,
like Jimmy
but
Buffett?
no Jimmy Buffett.
I want to
You're
feel
right.
some cold weather. I don't
That's
want
the
any
other
more.
thing. I cannot imagine. I have a lot of friends who
moved
think
away and-
who think that we're getting off that. Who think that the Jimmy Buffett music is good.
Oh,
It's so bad. It's so lowest common denominator.
it's
Now
just-
you got to give him credit. He made $1 billion off that.
yeah.
and
Wait
the
a minute.
whole
He funded
merchandising
his
thing.
first couple of albums by running.
And he wrote a
drugs
couple-
in on his little plane.
I know, but he wrote a couple of catchy tunes. He's got a lot of catchy tunes that are on the
you know what's
radio.
funny? He can't sing. He can't play, and they're catchy as shit.
Yeah, he writes good hooks.
It makes me really angry.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Friggin' Barry Manilow.
But it's
wrote
repetitive
all of the
at
songs
best.
that we know and love from our youth about to all beef patty.
Yeah,
I mean, that's not one of them.
McDonald's,
but I mean, he
McDonald's.
He wrote that shit.
Yeah.
He made more money. He left that to go.
You
be,
deserve a break today. That was it.
He left that to go be Bette Midler's pianist, and he sat there for like 5 years with her, making next to nothing.
Yeah.
Until he broke out on his own. But he's like, this is hard because I was making a lot of money writing these stupid jingles. Like, I'm not proud of them, but
Yeah, yeah.
who can get them? I mean, there is a specific talent to writing something that you can't get out of your head. You know what I mean? Even a
wouldn't he
hook,
be-
a little-
There is a talent.
a
If this-
little tiny hook.
If he
you know?
wrote that McDonald's shit, I'd be wicked proud of that.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he was trying
There's
to
the
be a
word
legit
wicked, by the
musician,
way.
So to him, that was.
but he
like
was.
A,
He ended up. So he's a show. He's one of those. Not a crooner.
He's
What
a
do you call those
well-regarded-
guys?
you know,
guy.
he's pretty close
Kind
to
of a
being
crooner.
He's
But
kinda
he's a
croonery.
showman.
And he's got a hell of a voice.
He's a song and dance man. Probably.
Is he
you know?
dead?
No, he's. If you look him up, I believe he's probably kicking in around 78 years old. I was going to say 74, but I think he's 78 years old.
He's
Yeah,
not
put him in
performing
around
anymore, is
He's
he?
performing, yeah. I believe he's in Vegas or Branson.
It's
one or the
brilliant
other.
because, like,
we
on
talk about
Family
Branson.
Guy,
Sorry.
They were all like, "Oh, Barry
No.
Manilow's
You go
coming.
in there
Oh,
to-
that's
go
so
in to
gay.
Branson to
What kind of
die."
faggot likes Barry Manilow?" And finally, one of them was like, "I love Barry Manilow. Me too." And they all
Barry
laughed.
Manilow Live was the first cassette that somebody gave to me as a gift. My
Really?
grandmother Helen.
Yeah, I've
Dad-
definitely heard it. I know for a fact.
They gave me the cassette, and you remember the first cassette player you had.
Yeah.
You know,
He's
with the
only
5
70.
stupid buttons.
yeah, you,
He's 74.
74. I was.
that was good. That was
I,
good.
I was close.
Come on, 4 years.
I knew he was a couple years older than my dad. That's all. That's how I.
Mandy. How can you not like Mandy?
Oh,
Yeah.
Mandy.
But anyway, I had Barry Manilow Live, and then you know how I did all the. I've been doing the albums for the. Off and on. Did it hard last summer. I found me a mint copy of Barry Manilow Live that's in my collection. That's
Yeah,
not.
yeah, ain't selling.
It's in my
I hear ya.
collection now. I
It's
only
kinda
got
like
about
Frampton Comes Alive. If you get a mint one, how do you get rid of it?
my
Maybe the greatest selling album of all time.
my
you know?
collection that I won't get rid of is only like 300 or 400.
And how can you
I
not-
own about 5,000 now. But
How
I
can
got
you
like 300 or
not
400.
like
I'll
Peter
never get rid of.
Frampton?
Well, he's a little mamby-pamby.
He's a great guitar player.
When
though.
you listen
Did
to
you see
Humble
the
Pie,
Did you see the Black Hole Sun thing that he did?
No,
with
yeah, that was like
Soundgarden?
10 or 12 years. He did a cover of Black Hole Sun,
was it good?
and it was just instrumental. No fucking vocals.
So how did he cover? So the melody was guitar.
Melody was a lead. Yeah, he played a
Okay.
lead
And
for
he
the
did
whole melody.
the voice thing.
Oh, when wow wow wow
Yeah.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
He is truly
was
one of the
awesome.
best.
I said way before that.
When Al and I used to get drunk all the time,
Yeah.
what
before we
used
got,
to.
well,
well,
we
I
used to
mean,
get
we used to get
violently shit-faced.
and we listen to tunes in my cabana
This-
like at wildly loud volume.
This podcast has helped our sobriety.
Right.
You know what?
You
Yeah,
would-
because you
'cause-
can't get hammered and do this.
Well, we have 5, 6, 7 drinks, but it ain't.
We realized
Yeah, smoke
in
a little
the
herb.
beginning because we did a couple shows like fucking blind shit face, and it doesn't come out well. we realized we had to stop.
is
Anyway,
nice.
back. Yeah, I've had that a while. Back to the Peter Frampton thing. I always said, and you didn't go to that show. You and I saw Pink Floyd together, right?
Yeah,
But
I've never seen
Peter
Frampton.
Frampton played
I would love to see
with
Frampton.
Bowie in the Glass Spider
Before you
tour.
get-
Oh my god.
Before you forget, go and
Well, he
go
also
to
did a bunch of
YouTube.
stuff with Ringo and I mean whatever.
But he did the Glass Spider
Go to
tour. He didn't-
YouTube. Look up Peter Frampton, Black Hole
Yeah,
Sun,
yeah.
and listen to that.
The Glass Spider
You
tour.
tell me this guy isn't talented.
He didn't sing
He's
a note.
amazing. But I guess my point is this:
Good vocalist too.
when he was with Steve Marriott in Humble Pie,
Humble Pie, right.
He was the lead guitarist, and they had like 3 guitar players. You know what I mean? Steve Marriott was amazing.
Was a
on his
great
own,
guitar player.
but he was so in the vocal end that he let Peter do his thing, and Peter didn't really like the direction they were going. They were going like harder and harder rock, and literally you can tell when he left. It took him a couple of years to figure it out, but he liked the poppy, lighter shit. But he was the master of it. He was so freaking good at it. You know, I mean, just so good. You know.
By the way, on that Bowie tour, not only did he not sing a note, he didn't even have a vocal microphone in front of him at all. All he did was
Peter?
That's all he did was play guitar on that Bowie tour. Didn't sing
Because
a
in my
fucking
opinion,
note.
not even joking, that's what he is. He's like
He's a good guitar player.
you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. He's a guitar. So's Leslie West, by the way.
Two-finger Leslie.
Leslie, who sings
Literally,
Mississippi
two-finger
Queen.
Leslie, it's
Okay,
like that.
fine, Mountain,
This is how he plays guitar.
and he shreds vocally, but he's
Two
a
fingers,
he's
you
a
know?
guitar player. He's not a vocalist. You know what I mean?
But is it him that sings Mississippi Queen?
Yeah, he sings Mississippi Queen, but
How
the
is
other
that
guy,
not a
the other,
vocalist?
but
That's
the other guy
amazing.
sings everything else.
Oh.
Felix sang everything else.
all right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of like well, not kind of like because
The Robin Trower, he sang 1 or 2 songs in
No,
that.
Trower never sang it.
I thought he sang.
not a note in his life. Not
Okay.
even with Procol Harum. Not a note.
No shit. Okay, so he was more like
he
Frampton
can't
in
sing.
that
I mean, I've
respect.
seen 100.
Oh, so
times.
he
I've seen it
can't
like
sing.
11
He
times,
sung
you
in
know?
the shower.
Yeah.
He did.
Does that mean he didn't? Does that mean he didn't write any of that shit? Like Jeff Beck doesn't sing either because he can't. But he still writes all that shit, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Did Robin Trower write the shit, or
Absolutely.
did Jimmy Duarte write the songs?
Duarte wrote a lot of the lyrics.
Did he write the lyrics? Okay.
But Trower wrote some lyrics too.
So, and then there's other guys who write all the lyrics and the music and can sing a little, but still farm it out to their singer. Pete Townsend is the man, right? Pete Townsend.
yeah, but Pete Townsend
Right.
can sing his
That's what I'm
ass
saying.
off. He just didn't think he
By the
could.
way, that album White City that he did.
Yeah.
I mean, never mind that it's a groundbreaking album musically and guitar wise.
yeah.
His vocals on that album were so fucking killer.
And people.
By the
talk
way, he
about
was
guys
younger
like
than us
Geddy-
when that came out.
Yeah, but guys
He's
talk
another
about like
70-year-old.
like Geddy Lee that sings very high.
Yeah.
Pete Townsend's right there next to him. I'm a
Oh,
man,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
so high. You
Well,
know?
the other thing is when you listen, especially like I never really liked Roger Daltrey, but I like him better now that I
I
realize
really liked him.
this is what I realize about Roger Daltrey. He's singing Pete's songs, and he kind of sounds like Pete. He kind of sounds like he's
But he
interpreting
does
Pete
definitely
Townsend.
give his own thing. you
No, I
what
know,
mean?
but you know what I'm saying
and that
though.
scream, that
I
mean, who can do that?
I
you know?
appreciate him more now than ever. The older I get, you know what I mean? Because
Because you knew he was singing somebody else's lyrics.
no, maybe it took so long for me because I didn't have a distaste for the Who. I kind of poo-pooed him because I didn't think.
I never
Listen,
poo-pooed him,
listen
but
to
they
all-
were never
all
in
the
the
guy-
top.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
I'm a Neil Young fan. We know he can't sing. You know what I mean? But he's a vocalist. He's not a I don't know. He's a singer and not a vocalist. Or he's a.
If you
I don't
don't
know.
think Neil Young can sing,
I love Neil
then
Young,
I
but
have
most people
absolutely
hit.
no idea what I'm doing with the
Obviously,
microphone.
I love Neil Young and
I
his
know,
singing.
but I think he can sing amazing.
I think most
He
people
just
who
does
hear
it
him
in a fashion we never heard before.
Yeah.
You know,
And again, I got someone we were just talking about who's not a traditional great vocalist, but he's not a pretty vocalist, but he's a fantastic vocalist. Is fucking David Bowie, right? It's not that pleasing.
I don't know
if
why.
you-
I don't know where you get that from.
He's
because-
not in the same category. All right, here's
yeah,
my
but-
thing. Here's
I
my
know,
thing.
I know exactly.
Hey,
what
you know
you're
where
gonna
I'm
say.
going?
You're going to say
Hey,
Freddie Mercury.
David Bowie is not a good vocalist anymore.
In my opinion, the three. Yeah, right.
That's not funny.
He's fucking
I
dead.
laughed and
No.
punched my hand on the table.
Top of the food chain, right? Hold on. Top of the food
I
chain.
know you're gonna say
Chris
Freddie
Cornell. Chris Cornell and Paul Rogers. And then Freddie Mercury's like 1B, right? I'll put those
I don't know.
I'll take those three guys against anybody. But Paul Rogers and Chris Cornell, That's what I'm talking about with great vocals, right?
Just
Operatic voices.
Listen to The Man Who Sold the World, the entire album,
No, I get it.
in
Especially when he was younger.
1970, and he's doing this operatic shit.
I'm just
that's
saying that-
so amazing. You know what I mean? Like
Even by
nobody
the-
had the balls
Who's-
to
now who's-
even.
We're talking about Bowie. But I'm talking like even like the early mid eight, like
you
the
think-
Let's Dance shit. By then,
You
his
think
his
Bowie's
vocals were
better than
that good.
Freddie Mercury?
I don't think he really
No,
sang anymore after
no.
that.
Well, they work together too.
All
No,
right,
no.
but-
Vocal wise, no. Freddie Mercury's way better than David Bowie as a vocalist. Way better.
Where
David
does
Bowie's
Freddie
just
Mercury rank?
for me
'Cause I
number
think
three.
he's
He's number
great.
three. He's number three. There's two guys tied for number one. Freddie Mercury's number three in my book. Paul Rogers and Chris Cornell
How the
are tied.
fuck you don't have Ozzy in there is beyond me.
Yeah, Ozzy can't do what those guys do.
Yeah, right. He's a range and a half higher.
Nah,
You
you
know,
know
He's
for a
great,
fact that
but he's no Freddie Mercury.
he's
And
a
then nobody
beneficiary
ever
of not
mentions
being.
Geddy Lee, who's just
Yeah, he's
absolutely
great.
amazing.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
and he has range because
He's
the
just not as rich as Chris Cornell and
No,
Paul
Chris
Rogers.
Cornell's amazing. Chris Cornell
Paul
is
Rogers.
emotion
Yeah,
in a vocal cord. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, you feel exactly. I mean, Christ, you felt it.
I didn't realize
everything
that-
he was feeling.
I didn't realize that Christ had a TH directly in the middle of it. But Christ.
I told my son the other day something about, can you get out of my chair? And instantly I went, chair? And I had to explain to him the story how we now spell chair with TZ711Q question mark.
Now listen.
That's not a story for the podcast.
I mean,
Although that guy's definitely dead.
Who?
go
guy-
ahead. Tell him the story. Tell the story. Great
my
story.
God.
That's why you're here to tell stories.
But all right, back in Bedrock.
Well,
when,
unless it's wicked
when
sad
Bonnie and
or
I-
anybody still alive.
amazing.
we were working for this company, and we were at this house with this older guy, maybe in his early 50s. You know what? Hindsight being, he's probably like 40. 'Cause we were so young, you know?
30s.
So he's living with his mother, and come to find out, his mother was like a relatively famous jazz drummer. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
From like the early 30s or late 30s. And so he's painfully cocksuck worthy, okay?
He's a
Gay?
He's a gay man.
What? Oh, I didn't know that. I just thought he liked to suck cock.
Right.
We love the
Anyway.
gays on Kind of Right.
We are not even joking. It was like 6
We
or
do
8 of us
discuss
guys
whether
there.
they should be married.
And we love
we do love
We
gays.
love the guy. He was a really good guy. And so
Sherwood.
Yes.
Sherwood, yes.
Yes,
thank you.
I will.
So we're working out back one day, and he comes out like this, and he was a kind of plump dude, and he throws his hands on his fat hips and goes, Jeffrey's being an asshole. And we're like, what? He goes, Jeffrey's being an asshole. He won't get out of my... Yeah.
Jeffrey was his full
Jeffrey
size
was
poodle.
a poodle the size of, this room. You know, those giant
the
poodles?
real poodles. You know what I mean? Not the
And he was so upset with
fucking
us. He
Great
couldn't
Dane.
go yell at Zephyr. And he can't get out of my sir. And like the minute he walked away, we're like, how the fuck did he spell that? And it was it was like TZCHAIR. And then we added all this other shit over the years. Like, it's kind of like pi. The numbers never end, you know.
Right.
We
No repeating decimal.
Scott
So
and I got
anytime
kicked.
I hear the word chair, I mean, this is my entirety. What was that? 25 years ago.
Scott and I worked together. Also, we didn't just do the music thing. We
I mean,
came up in the
we would
painting
have to do
ranks
the music
together.
thing and then leave the job, go shower, and go to a
Yeah,
gig.
but we got kicked off of a lot of jobs. too. We were awful. We were awful.
You
Me,
would
him, and
never.
Fran. Me, him, and Fran were
I can't imagine
so
either one of
badly
you ever.
behaved.
No,
What were you drinking on the job?
no.
Oh, that was later.
What?
No, we weren't drinking then. We were just awful people.
I don't know what the Christ you're talking about.
Were you being mean
What about
to
that
people?
factory job we got kicked out of?
They fucked
That's
up.
different.
They fucked up. They shouldn't have done that to us.
What do they do?
Well,
I have no idea what he's talking about. I'm gonna listen.
What do
to
they
it.
do, Al?
What was the factory?
I don't know.
job?
Someone said fuck, cunt, or something, and we were in a factory.
You know what? That's how people talk. You ever seen The Sopranos? That's
so,
how
like-
people
That's
talk.
how we talk
So,
here.
like, the floor manager of the
We say
company
cunt
came
a
up
lot.
and said,
Oh, I remember.
he
Yes,
goes,
now I remember.
you
guys, woo.
he goes, you guys really got to watch your mouth. There's a lot of women around here, guys. and one of us said, "You call those women?" And our boss got a fucking call.
I'm pretty sure that
Scott,
was
did
We
you
got
say
kicked
that?
right off the fucking job. It might have
something
been
to
me.
the effect of cows or hoofers.
There's a lot of that going on back
Can
in
they
the-
actually get out of this place
you know,
on their own power?
You'll appreciate this, Joe. Scott was expert at torturing other subs on the job. It was wonderful. There was
Well, he does love that shit.
there was a couple kitchen guys.
It was a trained thing.
There was a couple kitchen guys, but in particular, I remember this guy, fucking
Mike
George.
Oh,
George-
I almost
George-
said his name.
You can say anybody. Don't worry about it.
Micro
no last names. No
Micro
last names.
cock.
No, remember the one we used to call him cock out first? Like, take the cock out of your mouth and then talk.
Oh, that was a fellow painter.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
But I'm talking about other subs. Like there was this guy who did all. Remember, every kitchen had lino in it for a long time.
Yes,
You
I do.
You
I
did
put
a lot of
linoleum in.
vinyl, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of
This
vinyl
guy,
in my day.
guy's name was George, and he had his company's name was Floors by George. So every time he walked through the door, Scott would go, "Hey, Floors by Whores." You know what I mean? And then the guy used to get upset because he'd like prep the floor and go away for lunch. And
We would eat our lunch,
And he'd come back-
And we would drop a couple of potato chips, and the oil from the potato chips got into the freaking Luon, and
he'd lose
my
his
glue's
mind.
not gonna stick to that. I'm like, oh yeah, the whole floor's gonna float up.
so then
into
for
the,
2 weeks afterward, Fran left a potato on the guy's fucking front seat when he wasn't looking, because you know what I mean. Here you go. Here's your fucking potato chip. You know what I mean?
We should do a whole show on the people we used to fuck with at the job. I
Absolutely.
made like a 14-inch cock and put it on the top of a guy's car and taped it down so that when he took off, the cock came up like it was a hot-on. And it was just made out of, they had this manila, flesh-colored rosin paper. It
Right.
didn't come in red, it was flesh-colored. I'm like, Fran. So we folded up a piece
Little bit of tape.
we kind of made a paper airplane out of it, but we taped it down. And as he drove away, the thing came up like it had a hot-on.
Funny. Hey, do you know that Fran has my gig with Joe now? Fran does Joe's work now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Because I
didn't
called
give
him
it
and
to
asked
him.
him
I
for work
said
last week, and he hasn't called me back. Fuck you, Fran, if you're listening.
he doesn't have any work right.
I inherited him.
I gave him a lot of work over the last 6
I
months.
just figured he might have something.
He doesn't
I
got
need
nothing.
to get into
He has
it.
nothing.
I got this much money left.
I'll let you know.
Now that Al's got a real job,
Yeah, but I still get calls for paint work. I ferret it out to those who are around me, or I keep the plush gigs for myself.
ask Al how he likes his real job.
He loves it.
He does. He
I know
loves
he
it.
does.
I like it. I liked it today. There's some days I don't like it. I liked it today.
I wouldn't like the ride,
I'm more.
but there's a part of me that would kind of love
You
the
know
ride.
what? I'm on
You know what I
some
mean?
new medication, and
No shit. What?
it's not for the head. It's for the sugar.
Does it do the same thing?
No, but I got some medication that's
Are you
really
diabetic?
yeah, and it
Oh,
kicked.
are you?
Yeah, and it
Did
kicked.
that just happen?
I've been diabetic for a couple of years, like since I got
Jesus.
fat again.
My father just
Because
picked it
I
up
got
like
fat.
8,
It's
10
because
years
I got
ago.
fat. You know
How
what I
the
mean?
fuck am I not diabetic?
You are diabetic.
No, I'm not.
Are you sure? When's the last time that you had your shit checked? Are your feet numb? Your feet are numb.
You know
Face it.
those-
Your toes are numb, right?
No, that
No, and if they do go numb, to be fair, I got 12 pounds of steel in this leg.
You
know
might
what I
not.
mean?
You might.
the Portuguese
You might not be.
don't get the diabetes as fast as
You're right.
My father didn't get it till he was damn near 7.
Yeah, but you haven't even
what I
had your blood run in years. You know what I mean?
Portuguese
I
are
spent
are
freaking,
very
what,
healthy.
How many months in the hospital? 2.5
2 years ago. Oh yeah, if you weren't then, you aren't now.
Right.
And
yeah,
if
My
yeah,
blood
yeah,
pressure
yeah.
was high.
Not
and when I used
blood
to go to
pressure's
physical
nothing. I'm talking
therapy,
And if
about
any
sugar.
Portuguese are listening,
Anyway.
I'm doing this with all due respect.
Yeah.
I say Portuguese in a respectful sense.
Is this kind of like black don't crack?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So anyway, back to what I was saying. As far
There's
as
an overall healthy because Portuguese people like somehow they can go out on a fucking boat and run out of fuel like halfway across the Atlantic and swim back and they're still fucking alive.
they're
I don't have
resilient.
Any stories that
They're
resemble
resilient and short.
My
Well, no, but I
family
mean,
came here on
all
a
the
boat.
Portuguese are on a
Scott's-
fucking boat.
Scott's the tallest Portuguese fucking person I know.
Right. Short people actually also live way longer than tall people.
Chuck's like 3 inches taller than me.
unlike
He's
yourself,
still shorter than me, though.
because you're
I don't-
tall,
Chuck's like 6'1", you know.
I'm a little shorter
short
than me then.
people have an advantage
He's
because you don't
definitely
have
shorter
to.
than you, but
A little.
yeah, just
Think
when
of
I
how
stand
high
next to him,
that
his
blood's
shoulders
gonna go
stay,
up.
you know?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, if you're 6, I don't know what 6'2", 6'3", I'm standing up. My heart has to get that blood all the way up into that fucking
You got to be
brain.
almost
Yeah,
6'4".
but your
You're
body's
6'3",
arranged for
6'4".
that because the arteries are bigger and the heart's bigger.
I know. I'm
Everybody
telling
makes it sound like it's an issue to be big or small. I mean, Christ, why were there pygmies? How could they survive? If somebody shrunk you down to that, it wouldn't work. But everything in their system is different. It's adaptation, not evolution. You know what I mean? You literally just adapt to, okay, the air intake
Nurture, not
here-
nature. Nurture, not nature. Scott
Statistically-
Jesse's going on record.
Tall
Definitely.
people live less years than short people.
Yeah, that's because you're abusing gravity, you prick.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't know me neither.
But
But
no,
it's
the
sounding good.
stats are that if you're taller, you will live less years
Well, put it
than,
this
a,
way.
than a
If you
shorter
weigh 40
person.
pounds and you're this big, and you weigh 40 pounds and you're this big, you might just drop through the crust of the earth into China. You know, I mean, who knows?
No, part of it is that adult human beings, regardless of size, have the same amount of blood.
That's true.
I said that at a dinner
7
party,
pints or something.
and everybody
I thought
looked
it
at
was
me.
12 pints. or
Everybody
12
looked at me
quarts.
like I was fucking
Yeah, 12
insane.
pints.
And
That's impossible.
I was there with
So you tell me a 700-pound guy, oh, you're probably right, because it's all fat. It's
Yep.
not blood.
Michaela was there, who I'm not going to use her last name.
Yeah, she's a nurse. Ish.
And her parents own, they're morticians.
Okay, right. So they know how much blood
She
comes out
called
of
her
the motherfucker.
father from the dinner table.
Yeah.
Because
Especially
nobody
at
believed
death.
me. Because Rob, who is now dead,
Yeah,
was
dead
at the
Rob.
dinner table.
Yeah.
And everybody was going, "You're out of your fucking mind." And I looked at Michaela, I go,
No, it instantly made
So
sense.
she called her father and said,
within like a pint.
"Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
that would
yeah,
make
yeah."
sense.
The
That totally
largest
makes sense.
person and the smallest
Right.
person had the same amount of blood.
Yep, yep, yep.
I was doing like skinny to fat, but I didn't realize like the tall to short. But yeah, it still makes sense.
Same amount of blood. It's not like you get bigger and you have more blood.
Right.
It's just
You got more
the
fat.
average adult. So you got longer to travel. The blood's got to go further. It's got to get to your fingertips. It's got to get to your fucking brain. It's got to fight gravity. So
All of
But
these
then
things.
all the other end of it, gravity free. It just gets to drop for free. So the short person, it pumps all the way up to the top. You know what I mean? It's kind of a free fall either way.
no, I'm not going with that. That's
All right, just
That's
because
fucking
Robert
bullshit.
Wardlow, the guy who was
Did
like
you just
almost
fucking
11
invent
feet
that?
tall.
Is that physics by Scott?
Yes, it is. Wait, we're not done inventing. But
No, it takes a lot to pump it up.
he didn't die from not being able to pump blood. He died because his bones just wouldn't stop growing. You know what I mean?
Well, the problem,
Oh, you're talking about. All right.
The tallest guy ever.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
guy.
That guy would have just
You want
kept
to hear another
growing.
fact?
His heart was like the size of a giraffe.
He would have never stopped.
Guys with
growing.
huge cocks can't do math.
You know what? Can you imagine the porn he could have made today?
It's fucking. It's just they can't do math because all the blood's in the cock.
Women can't do math either because we've been telling them this is 6 inches for so many
Yeah,
years.
right. That fucking 1.5 inch spread. All right, hey, listen, we're gonna rest our voices for a second, and we'll be right back.
Not enough.
of it.
Making
it's all
fun
motorcycles.
of, making fun of the guy that trailers his bike in, who's a dentist. That's fine. He's making fun. He's calling the Hell's Angels. They're all
Right.
These people will kill you.
Right.
You don't want to tempt that kind of fate. The fucking outlaws. They really
Not even joking.
They're
Maybe
really
not
outlaws.
today, but in 1985, they'd have been at your house the next morning. You know what I mean?
It's like the mafia.
Right. They're in
No.
hiding.
No, but seriously,
No more Hell's Angels.
there's still the Hell's Angels.
Yeah, but
They're moving drugs.
They're a legit conglomerate. You know what I mean?
The only thing
Yeah.
they're moving is pubic hair out of the way so they can get their mouth
Well,
on someone's dick.
Because I don't want you to die, I'm not going to say, why don't you just say that, you big hero? Get on there and say it and give them your address. And
By the way, we're back and we've been on the air for about 3 minutes for me to prove a
don't,
point.
Because you've been drinking, don't say
I didn't say my address, but we've been back.
don't say
I'm
that.
making a point.
Don't.
If you are the guy who wears the uniform every day, you put on the chaps.
Wait a minute, what if it's just chaps? Is that gay?
They got the chaps on. You know, they
you know
got their little
pants
lace panties on
underneath
underwear.
chaps suck.
All right.
And leather on your
Now,
ass.
granted,
feels
I'm growing my
nice.
beard out, but these guys
sit in a
got the
leather
long,
chair.
stinky beard and the stinky braid and the stinky everything, the stinky fucking motorcycle seat.
Yeah, but they also got stinky broads that are stinky
You
with them
guys-
every day.
Sorry, it was me this time, Joe. Usually when it's a machine, it's Joe.
I don't bring my phone anyways.
But anyway,
That
we're
will never
back and we're
happen.
having a fun little chat. And I'm Al, that's Joe. And as you know,
We
Scott
got
is here
Scott
as well.
too. Now, wait a minute. Don't say that the Hell's Angels or the Outlaws are all fags.
No, they're gay men. They're gay men.
No,
Every
you
one of
don't
them.
want to say that.
Why?
They're not. They're
There's nothing wrong with
serious
being gay, by the way.
motorcyclists.
So what's wrong? So, I mean, so they suck a little cock. That's fine.
But they don't. Not a lot of them suck cock.
Most of them do. And by most, I mean 99% of them.
Sounds like
You shouldn't say that.
That's
sounds
fine.
like somebody.
They're gonna come to your house and they're gonna kill you.
Believe me, I'll never. First of all, I can't afford a
To
motorcycle.
all the outlaws and Hell's
I
Angels
give
out there,
I give
with,
40% of my
please
fucking
forgive us.
pay to somebody else. You know what I mean? I don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, I've only done that my whole life.
Anyway, Scott's playing a little guitar.
Al's just upset because he has to give all his money to the government.
So back to what we were talking
jealous.
about.
Years I've
No.
done that, people.
Joe, I don't give all my money to the government. I claim 6.
Well, that's because you got 8 kids.
No, but I pay less than 15% of my check to fucking taxes. Isn't that great?
Has anybody ever come in and claimed 6?
When I got my
They didn't. They said no. They said it was fairly unprecedented. The HR person was like, "You know, you're going to owe taxes," and I went, "No, I'm not, because I'm not filing again."
Yeah,
You know
right.
what I mean?
Taxes. I got something from my
And
bank
here's why
today.
I'm not
There's
filing.
no lie from my bank today. It said important paperwork for your taxes. I ain't paid taxes.
And here's-
just not happening.
And I'm
you know?
moving again, so I'm another year out. I'm at least another year or two before I'm filing. Let me put it that way.
Right.
That's about when they'll
You know
find
what?
me.
I believe both of you
Yeah.
are environmentalists. Think of the paper you're saving.
You know what? I want to hug a tree sometimes. I swear to God, I'm walking by, I see a tree, I'm like, I should hug that tree.
Well, you should, because you're not grinding it up and turning it into like notices and tax returns and
Developments of
frivolous
shitty
shit.
houses with no trees for the next 40 years.
All right, so listen.
Yeah, shit like that.
Back to the other thing that before we got way off on a tangent. The whole real job thing, which you've had real jobs. I've been without a real job. I mean, you at least you were in the union. That's a real job. You know what I mean? For a while, but you did the self-employed thing for a long time too. Which did you prefer? Did you like the steady check or do you like the freedom?
What I liked the most was the close to home, the Wadsworth thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was easy. Everybody there was a fuck up, and it was easy to shine amongst a fucking ocean full of fuck ups. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was really easy.
And
I
it
was
was
really good at my job.
Decent money
I
too.
mean, amazing money. Like,
Yeah.
he would pay me so much more for using my own equipment for spraying.
Yeah.
On my regular time after 8 hours, it was amazing. And we used to do a thing where you would collect in the winter and work for cash.
Yeah.
And I literally made double the money in the winter.
No, he's fine.
Blah, blah, blah. Don't care, government.
Yeah.
I already paid them back. They bagged me.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
They found you, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of it. You know.
long ago?
I don't know. 30
Since your
years.
settlement? Oh, no.
No, like way back when. You know.
So have you been? Do you file anymore? Or?
I haven't filed in.
It's okay.
I don't know.
Okay. This is interesting.
I don't know, a year, because April's coming up, so I have to file this.
Have you
April.
filed
Right.
since your settlement?
There you go.
Oh, sure.
Oh, you did file.
Oh,
You
yeah.
had to probably.
Every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
These
yeah.
guys
I
are just
had
fucking
to.
around. They
Yeah,
file
'cause-
every year.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't?
Everybody
mean,
kind
look
of
at-
right.
I'm not
files.
that guy to mess with, that thing, that law thing.
Yeah, right.
You know,
It's just not happening.
you can't mess with the law, kind of right,
So anyway,
because we're all law-abiding.
I do enjoy having
I
a.
abide near a law.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I do enjoy having a job for the first time ever. It's pretty
You know what?
interesting,
I'm
and
a
it's an
little
interesting
envious.
job.
Thank God.
Yeah, it's an
Because
interesting
it's
job.
non-strenuous. And
It gets a little strenuous when I want to fucking punch people, but
no, I mean as far as like,
It's
I'll never
heated.
climb a ladder like I ever did type of thing.
oh, I'm all
Right.
set with that.
It's heated. He's got heat in the winter.
Yeah, see, I don't want heat. I want AC.
He doesn't have to go in. He doesn't have to carry any paint.
Well, that's the other thing. If
I kind of like all that shit, though. I never, you know what? I might be the oldest painter that never hated being a painter. You know what I mean? I hated shitty jobs. I loved good jobs. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
Especially when you're spraying oil on some stuff and it's going to come out like it came out of a friggin'
It's glass.
museum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally, it's just like,
plus you can drink.
and well,
It's documented. You
No,
can
It
I'm
is
drink.
doing
a.
that
It's
shit,
definitely
but-
a job.
yeah.
Seems like there's a lot of trade jobs where you can drink.
Oh.
I've met
Or
most
smoke
of the
pot.
people.
Almost all of them.
Yeah. Well, I know
But the
all
lot
the
of
people
pot
that can
smoking.
drink
painters
at
are
every
treated the
trade.
worst.
A lot of pot
Especially in the
smoking.
union. You know what I mean? Like you watch all the other trades.
Worse
they're,
than the
they're wearing
laborers?
blue jeans and concert shirts, and we're wearing the worst made cut fucking. You can buy from 2 different companies the worst clothes ever. You know, if you're not a tall, skinny Brazilian, they don't fucking fit you. You know what I mean? They're not made for fucking hefty white dudes.
talking about? Work pants?
Yes,
Yeah, you're right.
they're a nightmare, and we're the only
Sweatpants. Sweatpants is the key.
We're the only. Yeah,
Sweatpants
but we're the
will
only
set
group
you
of- Yeah,
free.
but you have to wear a uniform if you work for a legit company.
What do you mean
Oh,
work?
oh.
And
pants
that's something
don't
from
fit?
1918.
Well, I
you know?
used to
It's like,
wear
what the fuck?
overalls, so overalls worked for me.
Yeah.
You can't regular work pant like whites for fat guys. It's just not. You're showing your ass crack all day. You know what I mean?
So then you get the overalls.
Yeah, the
and you're good.
overalls. But
Yeah, but then you bend over and you rip the ass out of them because they're tied to your neck. You know.
I don't know.
sweatpants will set you free. Sweatpants is what I work in now when I work.
For yourself.
Well, only. That's all
I bet
work
your
for.
ass crack's still hanging.
Even
out.
when I work for Fran, I work in sweatpants.
He came over and helped me paint my brother's house. Well, he did like 80% of it. And while he was on the roof, he ripped out the crotch of his fucking pants.
It sucked. They were shorts too, right? If I remember. Or
No,
no,
you
were they
had
pants?
shorts under yours. Anyway, so there he is, cocking balls and hanging. You got another pair of pants? And I can't believe
You
I
did
can't-
have sweatpants.
I can't fathom that I did, but I did.
You did. You had sweatpants. Yep, and I borrowed them.
I bet the balls were hanging lower than the cock.
I still have those sweatpants.
Kind of like this.
He's like,
microphone.
I don't need them back.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, because I didn't have underwear on. I was like, that's fine. I said, no, I'll launder them, man. He goes, no, that's fine.
No, that's it. You own that.
You're good.
Just, you inherited those.
I could never be friendly with those again.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
I really don't care. Christ.
Of course you
If you
don't.
puked on leather and washed it, I'm fucking making a pillow out of it. What do I care?
You know what I can't believe?
No one would know.
Circling back a little bit, I can't believe when I bump into someone that I've known for years, who I haven't seen, or no, that I used to know and haven't seen for years, and they recognize me. You know what I mean? Don't you think I'm incognito right now? Or do I
Yeah.
look like I've always looked? There are people who haven't seen me since I'm 8, and they go, "Hey, Al." I'm like,
Well, you never ever
I got a
had
fucking
beard
full
young.
beard that I never had.
And I've always had this. So
Yeah.
I think
I
people
never had
recognize
this,
me.
ever.
Like when I shave this off,
yeah.
I feel like I don't belong. Like who
Well,
am I? You know?
and you look
Like,
11.
Right. Well, 11 gray. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So
A
you're-
100.
Do you like Ho Chi Minh?
Well,
are you a Ho Chi Minh fan?
who isn't really?
When you boil right down to it,
They
you and
did.
Jane Fonda.
They basically won.
Well, I mean, if they didn't win, we lost anyway. It's kind of
We
Absolutely.
never
Kind of
gave
the
it
same
our
thing.
all. We could have blown up the other 3/4 of the world and won, but we didn't.
Hey, we touched upon.
We were just fighting for the French, you know.
You know what?
Those French cocksuckers.
Absolutely
Yeah.
right.
Just another. Yeah, I'm going to do a little politic,
Go ahead.
even
I
though
love
she's
it when
not
you
missing.
politic.
Those
You guys are gonna
French
keep that, huh? You're
motherfuckers.
gonna steal that from me, aren't
Those
you?
motherfuckers got us into Vietnam, the French cunts.
You know what?
And-
they were doing okay over there for 20 or 30 years. We had to stick our nose in.
Then we have to go and fix Haiti, which is another French fucking disaster. And those
They
frog
were doing all right there,
cocksuckers,
too.
those frog cocksuckers are over there in France saying, we don't have anything to do with that. That's far away from where we live.
Right.
You created it, you fucking frog cocksuckers. Go take all those Haitians and, I don't know, teach them how to read or something. Build them a shack.
Amazingly, they know how to read.
Well,
They're pretty industrious, those people, even though they have next to nothing.
they got nothing. It's the poorest country on earth.
And you should see how they live. They live like queens and kings. It's amazing.
In Haiti?
In Haiti.
No, they don't.
What
They
do you
live in
mean?
fucking
Talk about
dirt
Dominican
shacks.
Republic or Haiti?
Haiti. They eat well. They're just really nice people. Conan O'Brien did a thing a few months ago.
I believe he's been smoking crack.
No, where he
We're talking Haiti, right?
Yes, Haiti, not Dominican Republic. Haiti.
Decimated Haiti. It's in
Decimated.
shambles, right?
Yes, some of it's in
Disastrous.
shambles.
But I think what Scott's saying is this culture in Haiti. There's
no,
culture.
I mean there are people just living their everyday regular life, and like he went around and showed you that. You know, it was amazing. You know.
Yeah.
If you're not a fan of Conan, well, I know you are.
That-
He looks like.
so we found like 11 people that are eating every day.
They actually stayed there for like 3 weeks, and it's pretty amazing what they. You know what I mean? Yes, shambles. They blame America for it because that's what they're told. You know, but
They really blame America for it.
They blame America. Don't
because
they?
that's what they're told.
Well, someone is going
We're
to
the
tell
problem,
them that
you
it's
know?
fucking France.
I mean, I'm talking to the people on the streets. You
I'm
know,
talking about like the weather. They blame the weather on America.
I'm not sure if they have
Well,
gone that
climate
crazy.
change is
What is that, Al?
That's
climate.
Sam Adams 76, which is a mix between their ale and their lager, and it just tastes like everything. It's just flowery. It tastes like an IPA.
Really?
It's like drinking a loaf of bread.
Why would you mix a lager and an IPA?
It's not. It's the regular ale and the lager mixed together, and I don't know what to say. I was intrigued, but it's not that great.
Okay.
I put
So
hot-
are
I
you
put
saying
hot
when
sauce in
Trump
it.
called Haiti a shithole, he was wrong?
I'm gonna say if you lived in Haiti, you would have said, "What? Why is he calling us?" You know.
Why are the
They
people?
wouldn't look
Why,
outside and go,
why are the people from
Hey,
Haiti?
look at this shit going down the street.
Why are the people from
And they
Haiti?
go, hey, it is a shithole.
Don't go to fucking India then.
Why are the
You're
people
gonna
from
be really
Haiti
upset.
speaking with a Swedish accent?
I don't know. I did it. I don't know. I know. Why did I do that? Well, anyway.
Not everybody's good at
Well,
accents.
no, somehow that.
No, it's what pops into your head. You
Now,
know?
India is
Mazda
a
Grande
nightmare.
Pinga
But at the same time,
from
somehow they,
Sweden.
Right.
their
You like the
culture,
big Sweden cock, you faggot.
somehow that Indian culture stays together over there.
My point is this.
That's because there's a
watched the
billion
guy.
of them.
He did like literally like 130 hours of tape over there, and we got to see like maybe 2 or 3 of it. And everywhere he went, these people are just doing their thing. You know what I mean? It's not like they live in this friggin', oh, we had to go over the ash pile and find Grandpa's fucking golden tooth. You know what I mean? They were literally like, there was restaurants he went to, and people on the streets have their idea. 99% of them don't give a flying fuck about America. They don't, you know, they're like, oh, they don't care what fucking Trump said. How the fuck could they, you know?
So
I'm just saying.
They did 130 hours probably. They broadcast
Well, he was
2 hours.
there for like a week and a half. So you tell me, you don't think they're filming all day, every day?
They probably are.
Probably 10, 15 hours a day. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
But most of it is they're in the fucking ash pile looking for Grandpa's tooth. And the shit they show
Yes,
you
yes.
is the one guy who has a shack.
No, I watched like
And you
2
don't,
hours of this
you don't,
shit.
you don't,
No,
you don't
no,
see
no.
the fucking machine guns that the other guy has
All right, well,
all
anyway.
around, saying, if anybody comes here and says it's a shithole, we're gonna kill you.
I don't think it really went that way.
They had to sugarcoat it.
Whether it was sugarcoated or
Why
not.
do they all want to leave?
Because that's where they live.
No, they want to leave.
No, in your head as a fucking white American, everyone should want to leave
No.
a place like that.
No, not in my head.
No, it's
They-
in your head.
They
Because
fucking
they
want to
don't
leave.
wanna leave. They like
no.
it there.
I know they want to leave. They want to leave and
they
come to
like it.
America.
They don't want to leave. They want things to change and they want to stay.
Well,
Why
of
is that
course-
so hard to believe?
I don't find that hard to believe that there's people that want it to change and get better. But the way it stays, they want to leave.
Okay, well, I didn't see that. I don't know what to tell you.
You know what, Scott? I hope that what you saw is correct.
Well, it is
Because
correct
I
because
want-
when people live somewhere, you're going to tell me every citizen wants to just sky out of an area, even when it's being dropped on by bombs. Every city, London in 1943.
Amsterdam. Amsterdam's
all right,
another-
Amsterdam too.
yeah.
Everybody woke up, dug themselves out of the hole, and went about their business. They sold their crackers or bought their meat or whatever the fuck they would do. You know what I mean? That's how people live. It's not
Now, wait a
not
minute.
our idea. Now over here in America, we're like, they should just probably leave.
No.
That makes no sense, Joe.
Well, first of all,
They have to live there.
We
They don't
have
have
to-
the opportunity to leave.
okay. We have to stop comparing Amsterdam or London.
To Haiti?
Bombed out Amsterdam
No,
or
wait.
London
Wait
to
a minute,
Haiti. I
wait.
think it's
Or even
similar.
some German cities.
You have to
Even on
say-
the other side, we bombed the fuck out of like
My
Dresden
point is,
and
a
shit.
bombed out city and a shitty city should be
Comparable.
Haiti has always been a shithole.
no, it hasn't.
London,
It was one of the
before-
richest islands 100 years ago when the pirates were coming through there.
No, that's because
They
the
made
French.
so much
300
money.
years ago.
Because the French ran it.
It doesn't
when the
matter
French
who ran it.
ran-
Every pirate ship came through there and did service to that island.
Right.
Arg,
And the French
matey,
took all the
arg.
money and took it home. And they left
You shiver me
all of the
timbers.
slaves who were the Haitians
I agree.
because there was no black people
That's
there.
right.
Yep.
Absolutely
The
none.
they were
I know-
French
I agree.
slaves.
Arg, matey.
They were slaves when they were
Isn't that
there.
Hispaniola? That was the island that Columbus found, wasn't it? Hispaniola. That's Hispaniola, the Dominican Republic in Haiti. That island.
Well, he might have found because there's a big mountain range in between the two, and the Dominican Republic's no prize either. But it's better
They got
than
nice
Haiti.
resorts.
Look, if you can say that you're the poorest country on earth,
Yeah, they are the poor. Isn't that weird?
worse than any country in Africa, you know, with the kids with the bloated bellies and the flies all over them,
Yeah, but
there's something
that's
fucking
not what
really
makes them
wrong.
Poor, you know. You don't have to have starving children to be poor.
Okay.
So you're saying what? That
I'm
the
poor.
starving
I don't have
children.
any starving children. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not poor like them, but I'm just saying it's not the denominational point of how many starving children do you have? Oh, you are poor.
You're saying they just happen to get by on way less.
I'm saying what I saw for the footage, and this is in the last 6 or 8 months.
Yeah,
These are happy people who enjoy what they're doing.
and they enjoy
They're
where
not
they
living in
live.
some kind of suffering nightmare. You know what I mean? And they showed some shit.
Was it all over Haiti? Was it like the city Haiti, like Port-au-Prince, and which by the
You know,
way
I
isn't
don't
very
know.
metropolitan?
I'm not even
but-
going to pretend I
Okay,
know.
okay.
You know what
I'm
mean?
just wondering.
But my point is,
What are we talking about when we say Haitians? Are we talking about the ones who live in a fucking tent in the woods and have no
yeah,
plumbing?
but wait a minute. Go to
Or the ones who
Dubai,
live in Port-au-Prince and
next
have
to
no
the
plumbing.
most expensive airport ever built in the history of man is 100,000 people living in cardboard boxes on the other side of the fence of the airport. You know what I mean?
Where's that now?
Yeah.
In Dubai.
Yeah.
I mean, hundreds of thousands of people literally living in boxes.
In
The
Dubai?
most expensive airport. When you fly into this airport,
Yeah.
robots rub your testicles. You get a blowjob
So who
from
are these
it.
people in Dubai then? How'd we get there?
Well,
Well, because we're
I know
talking
what
poverty
I
rate
know-
next to wealth.
I know what he's
You know what I mean?
talking about.
Is that
When you go to the
is there that big a wealth disparity in Dubai? There's
Are
that
you
many.
kidding?
I don't know.
There's
no,
a wealth
for-
disparity.
well,
I'm asking.
There's always a wall blocking out shit from
No,
great.
that's not true. In
Okay,
America,
all right,
we
where
don't
isn't it
have
true?
that wall.
Yeah,
However,
yeah.
in Dubai, they bring the workers in from somewhere else.
It doesn't matter where they bring.
No,
They
no,
don't
wait a minute,
leave.
wait a
They don't
minute.
have
Like
anywhere to go
non-Arab
to.
workers, like non-Arab, like
No, they're
No,
Arab.
well, they
Asian
bring
and
in
South
Arab
Asians
workers
and-
from other countries,
okay.
everywhere.
and they stick
Are
them
those
in.
the people in the boxes or
Yes.
poor Arab people?
No,
They're poor Arab people
There's
too.
no
Yeah,
poor fucking Dubai
They didn't-
people.
That's my point.
It's
That's
not
why
like,
that
there
it's
are
not
no-
like the workers they brought in started this
No.
cardboard box
Scott,
world.
okay.
It was already there.
There's no poor Dubai people. If you're a citizen of Dubai,
Bullshit.
you are not fucking
That's United
poor.
Arab Emirates. By the
Bullshit.
way.
It is United Arab Emirates. And that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I'm going to say in the neighborhood of 90% of them are poor.
Come on.
Now, it's kind of like Kuwait. You go to Kuwait, all Kuwaitis have money. The people that are fucking broke
All
are
Kuwaitis
the
have money.
people that aren't Kuwaitis.
Right,
they
that are
divide-
working there.
They divide the oil money up between all the Kuwaitis somehow.
That's the American perspective.
And then they bring in these people from, I don't know, pick a poor
Everywhere.
Muslim country, Indonesia, or some
Anywhere
fucking-
where there's a refugee who needs a job.
yeah, somebody wants to make 11 cents an hour. They fly them in, and they live in a fucking shack, and they share. There's 12 guys per fucking bathroom.
I've
and
seen that in this country.
That's
I
the
worked
way
on
it
the power
works.
plant. There'll be 14 guys living in a 3-bedroom house from Texas while they're all making $1,500 a week without having to pay friggin' state tax.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, but they're not starving.
they're working. They're doing the same thing. They're shoving as many people into a house to make the most money they can. What is the
Yeah, but they're making $1,500 a week, not $4.
Yeah, but $4
And starving.
might be enough to feed your family for a month. Who knows? $4, great. Hey, but look, I don't know. Who can figure this shit out? Give me the puzzle fixer guy.
It's fun to talk
Well,
about.
no, it's easy to figure out. We have the statistics on it.
So what do we do?
So what we do is we say Haiti is the poorest country on the
hell is that?
fucking earth.
It's my stool, man.
Oh my God, it sounded like a coffee grinder.
Now, I'm not saying everybody down in Haiti wants to be American
Okay.
and wants to live an American lifestyle.
Of course they do.
With a
Who
baseball
doesn't
cap.
want to live in America and blue jeans?
I
and-
kind of don't want
All right,
to
do
live
me
an
a
American
favor.
lifestyle.
When you have the opportunity,
What kind of lifestyle you want to live?
I want to live a lifestyle where I can watch a lot of
look up-
TV.
Look up Conan
and not
in Haiti.
work.
Look up Conan in Haiti.
I
And-
will. I'm gonna look it up.
And none of it is bullshit. 'Cause
I'm
the guy's
sure
a
it isn't.
comedian. He's not trying to lay a realism thing on you. He
I
wants
know.
to make it funny.
Of
You know what I mean?
course.
And like they're just kind of living life down there. It's not
So-
the end of the planet.
So
it's
how
not-
many hours did you see of Conan Haiti?
I don't know, maybe an hour.
Okay. So out of that hour, how much filming you think took place?
100.
So do you think there's like
Yes, but he's not
an
shy of
hour
that
of
shit
fucking
either.
dead babies?
Yeah, no. Really? Hey, guys.
Come on, there
is. Get the camera
Here's the
moving.
pile of
Is this
dead
where you
fucking
Is
babies.
this where you cut the clits out of the little girls? Oh, we're gonna show this.
Yeah,
Really?
that's what it is.
No,
They're
that's not what it
fucking.
is.
There's an hour of dead babies, and then there's an hour of them cooking the fucking dead babies and feeding them to the people that are on film. Look at how happy they are. Look at them eating that chicken wing that looks a little weird. It's they're eating dead
You know,
babies.
if baby cow tastes
fuck
good,
is wrong
you gotta
with you?
admit, baby probably tastes pretty good.
Do you
too.
you admit that at least there's a chance that there was some deleted dead baby footage?
No.
There's a chance,
had to
right?
had to be some deleted
No.
dead baby.
All right,
footage.
look at. For
Do you
shits
think
and
if there
giggles,
was dead
in
baby
the
footage,
whole
they would've
fucking
showed it?
pie counted down to every fucking.
There's no
8
question.
billion digits.
Because
of course
kind of
there's
right,
a chance.
kind of right believes this. There's no chance.
Did he say kind of right?
Kind of right. There's no chance that there was not footage of a guy fucking
In my
a dog.
mind, you were saying kind
There was a guy fucking a
Right.
dog in
Really
that footage
fast.
from Conan,
Listen,
and they deleted it.
does it matter?
Of course it
He
matters,
was
you
trying
asshole.
to show a positive side.
Yeah, that's a lie. We call
It's
that
not
a lie.
Really, our country is so perfect, right? We don't
No,
persecute
it's not
people?
perfect.
Yeah,
But you
no,
have
we tell
100
everybody America's the best
you have
place to be.
99
But people
hours.
disappear fucking hourly.
99 hours of dead babies and 1 hour of like everything's wonderful.
That's it.
Now listen,
There it is.
Here's what it boils down to.
It boils down to 99
Can you
hours
just-
of dead babies.
Yeah, right.
And we worked it out with this one guy with a
Just answer
Rastafarian
this
look.
one simple question.
We got
Scott.
to shoot shit with him.
Can you answer this one simple question? This is a yes or no question.
Why am I being?
If there was footage of a pile of dead babies,
Yes.
do you think that Conan would have went with it or edited it out?
I think he would have went, can we put little red-headed wigs on those dead babies? And I could say, those were my fans.
If there was actual footage of somebody fucking a dog, do you think
Which there is.
in Haiti by Conan's crew?
No.
What I'm saying is
you
if,
said there
if
was
during
footage.
all this they came upon a guy
Yeah, but that's
fucking a dog.
All right, how about this?
Would they have gone with it? Would they have maybe fuzzed out, where his dick was going into the dog? Or would they have
How
talked
is any
about
of
it?
this like mattering to anything?
What matters is what
None
we're
of it
saying
matters,
is
apparently.
they went with a bunch of positive shit and they didn't show any of the negative shit.
Listen, he knew where he was, and
Yeah.
he knew
They showed
why
some of the
he was
negative
there.
shit, right?
Yes,
You got the idea that it was miserable.
he interviewed these people, and they're like, "What the fuck? This sucks." But
Yeah.
this is what we do for a living, so that's kind of what he went on there for.
At the end of it, did you say I would rather live where I live than there?
Not even joking. Haiti looks pretty fucking.
Does
You think I'm joking?
No, no,
What have
no.
I got going on here?
That's
Nothing.
why I asked, buddy.
Right down the
What I'm
fucking
saying,
Haiti.
even
Woo!
Haiti is not too miserable to disappear to. Is what you're saying.
I'm telling you
You
right
can
now,
make it happen in Haiti.
Haiti
Hey.
is so nice.
Well, it's
compared to-
tropical.
It's fucking
It's
beautiful.
the same island as the Dominican Republic. It's
You
tropical.
know what?
And you know what? There's no French there anymore. Avec fucking faggots.
I mean, if
Why go
no
to
French
Haiti when you can go to Tijuana?
I don't know.
or St. Martin,
Haiti.
I'm all
or
set
St.
with you.
Martin or something.
They're like
No, I'll go to Mexico
50
City, but
times
Tijuana,
as rich
I'm all set.
than Tijuana. What do you mean? You think there's something wrong with Tijuana?
Well,
You
there's
wanna
not
go
a
to
lot of
Tijuana?
not a
I've
lot of
been to
waterfront
Tijuana.
property there.
You want to go back?
No, never.
You want to eat and drink there?
But you know
You
what?
want to sleep there? I don't think you
Tell
want to do any of the
Conan
above.
to go down to Tijuana and give us the fucking
He's
real
been all
scoop.
over the world. Why do you think he's lying? He's a good guy.
He's a lion.
Better with the
fuck.
headphones, huh?
no.
No, you don't like it?
He thinks
It's super echoey, but I do like it.
Yeah.
Conan-
Oh well, you're pretty echoey.
Conan's
because-
just showing you the 15 minutes out of the fucking year of good shit.
All right, Joe. How?
I'm
don't-
not saying
I
that
don't really give
that's
a
a bad
flying
thing.
fuck if you agree with me. I don't think that was his purpose. I think his purpose
No,
was
no.
to go down there and say, I think there's nice people here who
There
think
are nice
our
people
president
here."
just said you live in a shithole. How do you feel about that? That was the premise. That's how it started. But at the end, he met all these really nice people, and he ate at these great places and met all these really sweet people. And like, if that was all faked up for the camera, then fucking power to him. He did a great job. Suck me right the fuck in.
I have first-person knowledge about Haitians.
Okay, and that's what.
First person.
Meaning you were there.
I flew on 2 flights.
You can hear everything. now.
something's fucking
Vibrating or something.
that bottle?
2 flights to Miami.
No. It's just something's.
Go ahead. Keep going.
All right,
Right,
2
yeah.
flights to Miami, and I sat next to people from Haiti. From Haiti.
Okay.
All right, guys. They were very nice, and they smelled so bad, I almost wanted to kill myself.
All right. How about the French guy that you can't sit next to on a flight because they bathe
I'm
every
not
fucking
saying-
third Friday? Wait
I'm
a minute.
not-
This is the very fucking exclusive
Now, listen.
Paris motherfucker affords to fly.
Oh,
fucking.
look.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Well, why is that different? A stinky Frenchman's.
I
Not
know.
a scumbag.
I
but
know.
A stinky Haitian is.
I know 2 Haitians that stink is anecdotal.
I know. Okay.
But you know
fair
what?
enough.
I admit that.
I gotta pee.
But they still stunk.
Yeah, but so what? You don't think they probably thought you stunk?
I don't think so. I think I smelled wonderful. I had deodorant on. I didn't smell like piss a lot.
Except for what came out of your pants.
I didn't shit myself at least
know that.
at least until the last quarter of the flight.
Hey, on our break, we were talking. We revisited a subject that we talked about for like 20 episodes, and we haven't gotten back to it.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Men behaving badly, because we started talking about Bill Cosby. He's the ultimate men behaving.
Is there
badly.
another one?
There's a new one.
No.
It's been a while, and
Who is it?
And when I say this name, you're not going to be surprised.
Probably not.
Steven Seagal.
Get out! He would never rape a
I thought
bitch.
you were going to say Jerry Seinfeld.
He's
Oh.
squarely involved with multiple women coming out together with the same lawyer.
No.
Oh no! Is it Gloria
a
Allred?
lie.
I don't think it's Gloria
It's a
already.
lie. It's a lie.
Yeah.
He
This-
would
listen,
never do
Not
that.
only
First
is he
of
the
all.
best at judo or whatever the fuck he does. I don't know. Did I hand that to you?
Nah, it doesn't matter. But anyway, so yeah, Steven Seagal looks like he's a fingerer. We all love Rob Schneider, right?
I love Roberson. Yes.
Stick with me. Deuce Bigelow, right? The funniest movie ever, right? Other than maybe
I don't know about that. It's
the
really
Bolin
shitty.
movie with fucking Woody Harrelson and
Kingpin is.
Kingpin's right up
There's a
there.
lot of classics.
But anyway, that's a fucking funny movie. What movie did I say?
Deuce Bigelow.
Right. So Rob Schneider tells a story
Douche
about
Bigelow.
Steven Seagal. He's on a movie lot with Steven Seagal, and Steven Seagal.
And by the way, every one of these stories from every actor is true.
yeah. No,
I'm not even joking. I'm kind of obsessed with the Steven.
do you know the
Steven
Rob
Seagal.
Schneider story I'm about to tell?
I think I
Kind
heard
of.
this.
Okay.
But I mean, every guy who's ever been in a movie with him hates us.
So Seagal's fucking bus or whatever the fuck they live on, like his fucking huge, like the guys in NASCAR have that kind of fucking trailer.
Yeah.
That's a trailer he's got on the lot. He ain't got some fucking aluminum thing. He's got his fucking house trailer, you know? Seagal's trailer, fucking Schneider parks his car and he's walking. Just as he fucking walks by the fucking door to the fucking bus or whatever, fucking Seagal comes out in full Seagal glory, like a fucking, just a bathrobe and, you know, fucking hair and everything.
Italian wannabe.
And he goes, I just read the greatest script ever written. And Rob Schneider goes, oh, really? By who? He goes, me.
How did I not see that coming? I wrote it.
It's a great story.
I heard this.
Amazing.
Could this possibly be true?
I mean, he told it on Stern. I just thought it was a great story. When I think,
Well,
yes.
You
Yeah.
said you like to listen to Joe Rogan.
Yes.
you know Joe Rogan as the straight up nastiest human on the planet, like could literally bring down anybody he wanted to. You know what I mean?
Oh,
And-
physically fighting ways,
Oh,
or
yeah,
with
yeah,
his
yeah.
mouth too. With his mouth too, by the way.
Yeah,
I
but
never-
Andy's a brilliant comic.
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
He's brilliant. So
He's
that
brilliant.
would make his comic.
Of course.
I never knew about Joe Rogan in the fight.
The MMA stuff. Oh my god!
I
he's
never
nasty.
You know about it
That's
now,
what-
though, right?
What?
You do know about it now.
But he was never a.
Oh,
He didn't
was a
fight, he
good
just
guy.
all
trained.
his,
used to
no,
fight.
no, he didn't.
Yes,
just
he did.
trained.
No, we're gonna stop this right here. Joe Rogan fought when he was a young kid.
Yes, but then he.
Like,
anyway,
we're
he's-
talking his
he's
last
nasty.
fight was when he was 22.
Oh, that's a kid. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
22.
And he's our age. He's 50.
All right, anyway,
He's 50. He trains. So you don't want to fuck with Joe Rogan, but he's not.
he hasn't aged like us.
He has. Yeah, he has.
No, he hasn't. He looks fucking great.
Does look good.
He looks good, but
He's
he's
bald, but he looks good.
Yeah, he told an honest story that he had his fucking hair patched.
Oh,
He had plugs done and shit back when he was on
Yeah.
that
Fear Factor.
show with.
Oh,
no,
Fear Factor?
Even before that new.
When he was Joey on Friends?
No.
Just
he
kidding.
wasn't
He
Joe.
was on
Scared the shit
Newsroom
out
or
of me.
something.
No.
Yeah, news something
Radio
with
News
Phil
Radio.
Hartman.
News Radio. News Radio.
And he said, I was fucking terrified. I mean, my looks were everything. And I'm like, I don't want to lose this TV money. And I had this fucking stupid patch thing done to my head. And
Phil Hartman and that dude Dave from
Phil
Kids in the
Hartman,
Hall.
What a fucking loss that was.
What about Kids
I
in the
know.
Hall? That was a fucking wacky show.
Kids in the Hall was the shit.
That was a good
Every
cast,
single
News
one of them
Radio.
has been in like 30 or 40 movies since.
You know who else was in that News Radio was Andy Dick, and he's a fucking bizarre
amazing.
motherfucker,
He's
but he's funny as shit.
hey, what's Phil Hartman's wife doing right now?
She's really dead, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot
thank
about
God
that.
for that.
I thought that-
'cause,
wasn't
man,
that a
she was not nice
murder-suicide?
people.
It was kind of a murder-suicide, no?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
She was a little
That was
nutty.
a long time ago already.
No shit.
like-
Fucking
20
Phil
years,
Hartman
right?
would be over 70, I bet.
Phil Hartman used to do the Broadway version of Pee Wee Herman show before it became the Pee Wee Herman show.
Explained.
He was Captain Bob McGall or whatever it was. Some sea captain that became like a permanent feature on the Pee Wee show. Like
okay.
Pee Wee Herman was so huge that he had Lawrence Fishburne. He had all sorts of these.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, he had
Oh,
all these amazing
Fabulous
people
actor.
with him, and then it became a TV show, and they stuck with him for like the first 2 seasons of that, as their own careers were taking off.
Yeah.
That shows you like what Paul Rubin was had his finger on the trigger, you know.
You see that other cat, Guillermo del Toro, won a
Oh my
Academy
God,
Award a couple
yes.
weeks ago for Best Director.
Every 3 seconds, that guy wins an award. He's amazing.
Well, he's winning. Yeah, I mean now he's always been acclaimed.
Was he
but
right next to Kobe?
all right, now back
think-
to the back
Did he
to the
rape
gaming end
anybody?
of things.
Yeah.
Maybe the greatest games ever made, as far as politically and intellectually. You literally have to get into the universe, the mindset of how the politics work, is Metal Gear. And that's a guy from Japan named, I
Hajime Metal.
don't want to mess this up because I'm drinking. Well, anyway,
Mikio Aoki.
yes, no, it's
Wacky Metal.
Hideo Kojima. Okay.
Hey, I was fucking close.
There you
man.
go.
And he worked for the hard thing is he worked for Konami for like 20 or 30 years. So he invented this shit when he was young and turned it into literally the greatest game franchise ever. I mean, just nobody can fuck with Metal Gear because there's always just
Metal Gear.
Metal
Like
Gear.
Gear.
The first one was Metal Gear. And what Metal Gear actually is this giant like robotic suit that one guy can use, and it's the size of a building. And that was so huge in the 70s. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like all the Gaiku and like all these cartoons I grew up watching, all this anime shit.
Right.
Like
was
Pacific
always about
Rim
like
kind
what?
of deal. That movie Pacific Rim where they're in the fucking huge suits fighting off.
I never
the,
saw it, but yes, on the same idea.
By the way, the another sequel to that is coming out this weekend. Coming up,
Yeah.
They're hoping that it knocks off Black Panther. Black
Really?
Panther
That's
just set a
right.
record.
Oh, really?
It really set a. It's
I
like
love that Pacific
there
Rim
hasn't.
movie.
There's only been like
I haven't
cool.
seen. I haven't seen any of them.
there's only been
though,
like
but-
6 or 8 movies.
Well, you got to
in the
start
last.
stealing some movies. I'll
Well,
get them to
look,
you.
I've already seen all the worst of the worst. I
Did you
saw
s-
that Matt Damon We Shrink Everybody movie.
I saw that in the theater. I haven't been to a movie.
I
in-
haven't seen
It
that.
was good.
That sucked.
It
Was
was
good?
not a happy. It wasn't a happy movie. They calling it a comedy. It's
Dang,
really
dang,
not.
dang, 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 dang. She's the one.
Did
that
you see
ruined
Black
it.
Panther?
Stop throwing a Vietnamese broad in my face and try to make her
Yeah,
sexy.
that was weird. Yeah,
try
yeah,
to make
yeah.
her sexy with her one leg. Like, stop it. It sucked. You know. Anyway, I thought it sucked. I
It was
so
a
happy.
parable. It was Gulliver's Travels. It's, you know
Was
what
it
I mean?
Vietnamese?
They didn't play enough on the miniaturization. They should have been like the one you saw the one bottle of Absolute vodka where they were drinking off.
Yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah.
It should have been 100% of that.
And you know who was
2%
really
of the
misused
story.
in that was that brilliant Christoph Waltz.
I know.
And like,
absolutely.
you know what? The
abused.
character that he played, maybe no one else could have played it.
The
Yeah, but you
guy
know
in
what? In
Inglorious
real life-
Bastards?
Inglorious
In real
Bastards.
life?
He was in
and
that?
Hateful Eight. And not Hateful Eight, Django. He won
Django.
2
He's the
years
man
in
in
2
Django.
years in a row. He won Best Supporting
And he
Actor.
did a movie with Matt Damon?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He
he was
deserves
good in
it.
it. He was good in it, but
His role is great.
You don't
but
like him?
Unbelievable.
Christoph
No,
Waltz is
I
brilliant.
think Matt Damon sucks.
I like him. Did you see The Martian?
I don't hate
No,
him. That's
he-
why
Did
I
you see
watched
The
it.
Martian?
The Martian's awesome.
Martian's a
He's
great
amazing.
film. Like a
He's-
great film.
he's
It's amazing,
better-
and it's primarily him by
A
himself.
top 5
you know?
film, right?
He's
Yeah.
better than...
No.
There's 100 top 5 films. You know what I'm saying?
It's way down in the 900s.
It's great. It's a great
but-
film.
He's better than Affleck.
Matt
They're
Black.
different. I mean, they're
know.
forever joined at the hip because they're buddies. And they wrote that original
No,
screenplay.
Affleck really sucks.
Well, they wrote that original screenplay for
So they said. They never wrote another one.
it. That's fine. It doesn't matter who wrote
I think
it.
it was a bunch of... Doesn't matter.
I don't think that's the only way you can compare those guys. All right, hold on one second. I know you want
Just
out of
hate
here.
Robin Williams because he was gay.
I need him to tell this story.
Robin
Robin.
Williams was gay? Fucking fag.
I just need Scott to tell this story. You'll love this story. I know you haven't heard it.
I gotta go eat something.
I want
What
him
time
to tell.
is it?
I know. That's why we're doing one last story and we're gonna wrap it
Come
up.
on, Scott. Give me this story because I
He
gotta
doesn't
go.
know what I'm talking about. Shut up. Have you ever smoked salvia? Do you know what it is?
No. Saliva?
It's like, is it synthetic pot or no?
It's sage.
Is that all it is?
There's about 140 strains of sage. It happens to be the one that makes you trip like you did 11 ounces of LSD.
How
you
many
know?
times have you used it?
I don't know, a couple hundred.
Oh, really?
Oh, I gotta get some of this. Is it good?
Is it the same thing every
I
time?
haven't done it in years.
Is it the same thing every time?
No.
No.
You never know what you get. It literally looks like chopped tobacco
Yep.
in a bag, and you could get it locally, but it was only 5 or 10x.
Yeah. Yeah.
And basically 5x is one leaf chopped up 5 times. You know what I mean? Or 5 of those. And the shops wouldn't sell anything over 10.
Right.
So I started buying shit from overseas. It was like 25 and 30. And then I did like 80 with one of my stepkids and bye.
Yeah.
But it only lasts about 90 seconds.
So what happens?
Oh, bye. Just see ya. Every claymation movie you love or every horrifying anything you thought of, I've had situations where I don't know why, but I chose to put on like Sam Black Church as my go-to music.
Sure.
So I have it on pause, and I take this. And the thing about this stuff is it has a boiling point that's very high.
Right.
So if you have to burn it like it's hash. You know what I mean? So you got to keep the flame on it. And that's what we were doing wrong. So when we're trying to smoke a joint of it, it never gets hot enough. So you got to bury the bowl in a small bowl, turn it to ash, inhale, and by the time you exhale, you're not on planet Earth anymore. It's
Right.
amazing. It's just amazing.
Is there a negative after effect as far as like
shit.
a hangover thing or
Well, you kind of remember it for a lot of
Is-
months, days, weeks.
is
you know?
there a similar flashback like acid thing?
No.
Is it
But I'm
like
gonna tell you
tripping
what-
on acid? It's more intense than acid, right? Or mescaline or mushrooms or any of that trippy shit?
I don't know. Mushrooms I always tripped really hard off of. I don't know if
I always liked him. I was always happy on him. I never
Well,
really tripped hard on
I
him.
had a couple of instances where I ate way
Took too
many.
much, yeah.
Well, because I thought other people were coming to get them.
Did you ever make the
know.
tea?
Yeah.
Joe, you liked
Horrible.
your mushrooms, right?
This summer, yeah, I did
Would you-
mushrooms for the first time.
Oh,
you-
really?
Yeah,
This past summer was the first time?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
Well,
it was,
no,
yeah, I
wait a
think it was a
minute, I'm
couple
li-
summers ago, yeah.
No, it was this summer.
Oh, it was? Okay.
I
Did
got
you
my
just
hands
it?
on. I did. I
How long
enjoyed
was
it.
the trip? Like 2-3 hours? Or?
It was 2 or 3 because everybody was telling me this is going to be, 12 hours, and it ended up being 2 or 3.
I'm amazed it wasn't 12 on
And
the first
actually,
time.
he was very productive after he had his trip. He had
he
an early
was
in the
here for
day
my
trip.
first
Well,
trip.
mushrooms never leave you crashing like you're on microdot or something. Anything man-made that's basically rat poison to attack your central nervous system, you trip your balls off, but then you're left devoid of something. Mushrooms, they're natural. When
No,
you
I
made tea or you
kind
chewed them,
of, and I came
they don't
down
leave
and
you
I
the
was
same.
fine, and I kind of remembered the experience, and it was a good experience.
Would you, mushrooms generally are a good experience. Scott, would you put that salvia in the same category as psychedelics like mushrooms and shit? Is it a psychedelic or is it something different?
It's the psychedelic.
Yeah.
I know there's other stuff out there.
But now,
that's supposed
did
to
you
be
say
worse.
this lasts like 90 seconds?
90 seconds that you'll never forget the rest of your life. In 90
Every
seconds,
time, do something
I
different.
destroyed a room. Just legs kicking, you know what I mean? You're not supposed to do it outside. You're supposed to do it babysat. You know what I mean? It literally triggers. And admittedly, the time when I was testing this shit out, I was very happy. So most of my shit was great. But
It was
the
a good
first
trip.
time was these Mickey Mouse fingers coming by like this in massive form. Like you see these big knees and feet like all Pixar, you know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
then these big hands come and these fingers are rolling on each other. And as the fingers rolled towards me, this is my first trip on this shit, and this is 90 seconds. Each finger got closer and closer, and in each finger was a row of windows. And as I got to my finger, I suppose, it just kept rotating. And in the windows of a million windows, I found my window. And it took me from this moment in time in my life all the way down to my birth through that window.
No shit.
And then it popped me back out, and my mother goes, I always knew he'd end up in an insane asylum. I swear to God, that's what took me out of it. I'm like, no! Ooh. And then my stepson, who was smoking it with me, he took off. He fell asleep on the, just... And so I'm like, well, I saw how he hit it. I'm like, well, it must be how you do it. Bye, And in the process of him being passed out, I destroyed his room. I broke his Xbox. I stepped
no.
on but I didn't know. I was in another world,
Right.
But the beauty is, and this is really beauty, I can relive that moment every second.
Well, clearly, you tell the story the same way every time. That's why I wanted him to tell
every
the story.
Texture, every
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The sparkle off his eye just before it turns into a knee before the boot comes down, and then you know what I mean?
And-
it's amazing.
Would you say you're a better person for your experiences on salvia, or worse? You're happy you've had them. You would rather have had it than not have it.
Absolutely, do not regret it. I don't think it affected me
Either
positively
way.
or negatively.
Yeah.
If anything, I'm a better person because I know this
What it was
fucked up
like.
shit out there.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
well, Rogan,
He does.
He doesn't talk as
he does
much
the,
about
but
it,
he
but he-
does the whole tank thing. You know what I mean?
But DMT, he's
yeah,
a
DMT makes
What's
what I did
DMT?
look
Meditation
like
or something?
no,
He does-
it's literally
he's a
in every
huge
carbon-based
DMT person.
creature.
Yeah.
What is? Oh, it's kind of like human growth hormone or something.
No.
No.
This
It
is a
taps right into
psychedelic.
your-
Oh, it's a psychedelic. Okay.
Yes.
But is it synthesized in a lab or is it found in nature?
I don't know.
It's found in literally everything that's carbon-based. Every plant, every human, every living thing
So somebody's got to process it, though.
has DMT in it.
Somebody
I never
has to
heard
make
of
the
it.
DMT.
I don't even know what you're
and give it
talking
to you.
about. What is it? Somebody tell me. I got to look this
I don't
shit up.
know. I'd like to find some because he says it changes your life.
All right, everybody. Hey, we've had a real good time tonight. We're going to be over 2 hours in a second.
And we're going away.
No,
now.
why don't we say
I gotta
that?
go to bed.
Can we make a small pact between the three of us?
Sure.
Let's get a big fucking pile of DMT
Let's get
and
some
do a
DMT
fucking show.
and do a show.
What do you
All
say?
right.
Or do you want to do No, we can't do it on Salvia because that sounds like you're regressed to. You know, remember? I can't remember what movie it was,
Yeah,
but
but
they
here's the-
regressed
well,
to
now,
like
wait a minute. I got
to an
Yeah, but here's
amoeba
the
or whatever.
beauty.
You
All
just
right, Al's taking a hit
regressing.
right now. He's taking a hit. All right.
I'll never smoke that. By the way,
He's
Why don't
on
we
the
set
floor.
up-
do it.
He's
why don't
on
we
the
set
floor.
up
Yeah,
a-
but the
I'll do
minute you get up,
mushrooms.
you're gonna
I'll
go,
never smoke
I was
salvia.
in Egypt.
All right.
You know what I
I'll
mean?
never do that.
We're gonna set up a tent
Why?
somewhere.
I'll never do
No,
it.
we're gonna
It's
run.
amazing.
We're gonna run a trailer.
There is-
Sounds like
Just
you
in
lose
case we
control.
all
I don't
go
want to lose
fucking
control.
crazy.
all you lose
It's not
control
the
is
house.
standing up. Sit
Yeah,
down
no,
and do
not
it,
for me.
You know?
Not for me. Not for me.
We'll do it in a trailer.
Let's
With
get
these
mushrooms.
microphones.
How about mushrooms? Want to do mushrooms together?
Absolutely.
I want to do the DMT thing first.
Is that
DMT would be
available?
cool.
Is that available? What does it do again?
I can get it,
It just makes you
and it's available.
Just go on YouTube. and
more of a
watch-
guy.
Watch Joe Rogan.
Just makes you more of a person.
Look up Joe Rogan DMT.
It's almost.
I'm not gonna feel bad about myself after this, am I?
No.
I know after mushrooms I won't feel bad. I know I'll feel good. You know,
The next day you'll be like, ugh.
maybe.
Like someone sucked everything out.
So
of
we'll
you
do a
for
Saturday
30 days.
show or a Friday night show.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Hey, my name's Al. That's Joe over there. We're gonna thank our good friend Scott for coming by.
Thank you, Scott.
Thank you,
And
everybody.
hopefully
This
you'll
was
come
fun.
back. Hopefully you'll come back and have some fun. Kinda right at yahoo.com. Kinda right at yahoo.com. Guys,
Tell a friend.
Joe, I'll see you Thursday, okay?
Tell
Yeah,
all
baby.
your friends.
Okay, see you Thursday.